Delaware and South Jersey, you see the shores getting some snow right now over Cape May. The areas that are going to take the brunt of this storm system, Delaware and into South Jersey. That's where there's more moisture. You can see those darker blues always showing the snow is coming down a bit heavier. And Cape May, Beach Avenue is covered this morning. Not a lot of snow just yet, but this is just the beginning. Certainly cold enough for snow, 26 degrees, and cold enough that it's going to be all snow for our area. That's going to make it easier to clear, and we've got some clearing to do, especially in Delaware and South Jersey. But if you're heading out now, you have to bundle up. The temperatures are in the 20s. And it's not going to be a pretty sight this morning. Well, actually, it will be pretty, but if you have to travel, it's not going to be great. The temperature's holding steady in the 20s through noontime with steady snow this morning. Then for Philadelphia, it starts to taper off during the afternoon. We might see it just cloudy with just a few snowflakes here and there, but the most of it comes through during the morning and into the early afternoon hours, while it will still be falling in Delaware, South Jersey, and at the shore, too. Back in just a minute, we'll break it down hour by hour. Look at the Lehigh Valley in Delaware in just a few minutes. But first, it's 4 o'clock. Matt DeLucia is watching the roads. Going to be a busy guy today, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. Both of us, Bill. And right now, at least everything's looking pretty dry here at this point. 95 at the Vine Expressway. We had some earlier police activity that is cleared out of the way. So good news for drivers there. Definitely now is the time to travel. That is for sure. As we look at the maps right now, again, not seeing any of that snow falling into Philly or the burbs just yet here. But of course, we will be watching this and just, again, be careful of those slick spots, because we have seen those plow trucks out there already salting, brining the roads there, getting everything ready. Now, we have some fallen power cables here in South Jersey. DeLucia Drive, both directions closed between Grove Street and Stanger Avenue. And a note for Mass Transit, PATCO is operating on a snow schedule. Erin, back over to you for now.
All right. Thank you, Matt. We are tracking the first major winter storm of the season with snow already falling. This is a live look at Wilmington. Delaware is expected to be hit hard by this storm. And of course, we're going to keep checking in on all of the areas around the region. Take a look first. Alert radar right here. You can see the storm is stretching from the bottom of Delaware up to the Philly burbs. Philadelphia public schools are closed. Parochial schools are using a flex day with learning done at home. And dozens of other major districts, including Lower Merion, Central Bucks, North Penn, Chester Upland, they are all closed or virtual today. We've got the complete list running at the bottom of your screen.
All right, now a live look at the shore. Governor Phil Murphy's declared a state of emergency for 7 South Jersey counties: Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cape May, Cumberland, Gloucester, and also Salem counties. He's urging drivers to stay off the roadways like this one. This is Beach Avenue down there in Cape May, already covered in a little bit of snow. Giving you a look at those roads. This is the AC Expressway. Actually, this is just off the AC Expressway, we should say. Obviously, a back road down there in South Jersey. Reminder here for drivers: when you see road crews streeting or plowing roads, stay back, give them the space they need to do their jobs. From what we understand, a lot of people have either delayed their starts to work, or they're not going to work at all, which is a really smart decision if you're in one of these areas. Road crews are going to be busy all over the area, clearing snow, trying to keep the major interstates running smoothly.
The Delaware Department of Transportation, they're going to have 300 pieces of snow equipment, more than 500 employees working throughout the storm. We've got live team coverage. Keep you up to the minute on this storm. Our crews are scattered around the area from South Jersey to Philly and Delaware. Let's start with NBC10's Brenna White in Vineland. Hey, Brenna.
Hey, good morning, guys. I heard Bill say it's cold enough for snow. I can confirm out here, boots on the ground, it's cold enough for snow, that's for sure. But we're not getting it just yet in Vineland. We are seeing signs of snow. I mean, I see a snow plow fueling up behind me at the Wawa, but you can see right here, DeLucia Drive, this really busy stretch of road is completely clear. So that's good news. I'm sure we'll expect to see some snow coming in really soon, and that could change. We've seen some smaller plow trucks driving through, ready to clear it as it comes. And we knew this was coming, so people were out this weekend preparing. We saw people at grocery stores and hardware shops across South Jersey stocking up on essentials and things like salt and snow shovels. While some can stay home, others might have to venture out. Because of that, Department of Transportation plows and tow trucks are spread out across the region, thousands of them, clearing the way for commuters. The New Jersey DOT Assistant Commissioner for Operations, Chris Feintel, had this message for morning drivers.
If you have to go out, take your time. There's no reason to go fast in the middle of a snowstorm. And if you feel like the conditions aren't ideal, it's worth waiting an hour or two. Let us do what we need to do, and we'll have this thing, clear for you as quick as possible.
Chris said brining crews did get ahead of the storm as they brined the roads on Friday ahead of those flurries. You can see this plow getting ready, leaving after they just gassed up. We've seen a few of those trucks out here this morning and a few people getting ready, making sure they have gas in their cars so that when they do have to make that commute, they're ready to go. Make sure you clear off your car. You're going to want to do that so that you can stay safe if you are having to drive. But as they said, stay off the road if you can. As soon as we start to get any snow flurries here, we'll let you know. But for now, I'm live in Vineland. Brenna White, NBC 10 News.
All right, we're going to check back in throughout the morning. We're going to be here. You're going to be there. We're all settling in.
We're all in this together.
We're all settling in, Brenna.
Must be nice.
We'll see you in a bit. Hey, my kids are looking forward to this snow. Let's give you a look at how it looks outside in Philadelphia right now. The city is not expected to get as much snow as New Jersey and Delaware, but still preparing for the worst.
That's right. NBC10's Miguel Martinez-Vine live for us in Manayunk, where drivers always get driving gets tricky in Manayunk, right?
Oh,
With all the hills
all the
and
hills.
everything else.
It's all the hills. That's definitely the biggest factor here. Now, no snow yet in Manayunk, but we've already seen effects of the possible snowstorm. Like you guys said earlier, Philadelphia School District schools, those are closed because of today's winter weather, potential winter weather. And we've seen crews out preparing already. Take a look right here, Main Street on Manayunk. You can see some salt there on the roadways, getting ready to help drivers through this storm. But we've also been seeing neighbors getting ready over the weekend. We stopped by Fairmount Hardware as shoppers bought shovels, salt, and car scrapers, all the winter essentials that maybe people misplaced or they got rid of since the last big snow event. And there we spoke to one man who told us even though he's the one buying the supplies, he won't be the one out there shoveling. He recommends you do the same.
Stay inside if you can, and be warm, And we employ a couple of young guys from the neighborhood to come and do our walks and stuff like that, so I'm getting supplies for them.
Now, others we spoke to wanted to remind everyone to shovel their sidewalks so everyone can have a clear and safe path for the storm today. Now, take a look out here. One of the biggest tricky parts of any snowstorm in Manayunk are the hills, obviously. So you can see down here a lot of cars parked on the hills. Recommendations from AAA if you're driving today, if you have to go out, if you can't stay home, make sure you have a full tank of gas. Give yourself plenty of time to get where you want to go, and definitely drive slowly and safely. We have, as Brenna was saying, and as you guys have been saying, seeing us crews out on the street salting the roadways, but it can still get slippery with falling snow. I'll send it back to you guys. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
Some good advice there. This is the first one of the season, so reminders are very helpful.
Even though we do this every year,
Exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly. Got to kind of get back in the groove. Thanks, Miguel.
Hey, Amtrak already canceling some of its service along the Northeast Corridor. Several Acela, Northeast Regional, and Carolinian trains will not be in operation today. Trains along those routes, they've got stops in cities such as Boston, New York, Washington, D.C. Make sure you check your train's status on Amtrak's website before you head out.
Let's give you a live look at Philadelphia International Airport. Right now, nearly 50 flights in and out of PHL have been canceled. There are about 9 delays, too. So just make sure you check your flights if you have planned travel for today. Count on NBC 10 all morning long as we track the snow across our region with our app. You can see what's happening in your neighborhood with our interactive radar along with hour-by-hour forecasts. We'll also send you weather alerts, too. All right. Busy morning in the Weather Center. Let's get right to Bill Henley.
A busy day. Things are quiet right now in the Lehigh Valley. This is the area that's going to see the least snow. Part of it is because the air is so dry. The temperature's cold enough, obviously, 24 degrees. That's plenty cold for snow, but air is super dry. Dew point is in the lower teens, and with drier air, it's going to be difficult for snow to get going. But I do expect to see snowfall this morning. It's just going to be lighter in the Lehigh Valley and into Berks County. Snow through the morning, but by noontime, we may be looking at the end of this storm system for Berks and Lehigh. Temperatures stay below freezing with cloudy skies and not much wind during the day. Then the wind will be ramping up tonight. Snowfall totals, well, just an inch for Northampton and a little bit more than that in the Lehigh Valley. 2, possibly 3 inches at the most in Berks County. I think we can deal with that fairly easily. Certainly seen worse in the Lehigh Valley and Berks. Meantime, in Wilmington, 28 degrees. No wind. It is calm, and that's actually going to be a feature of the storm. It's not a lot of wind, but there will be a lot of snow, especially for Delaware. Wilmington will get its share, too. The heaviest snow I'm expecting expecting south of Wilmington, though. 28 degrees at noon. Look, it stays in the 20s all day with snow continuing into the afternoon. We'll catch a break, especially in northern Delaware during the late afternoon hours, while it'll take most of the evening before it ends in central and southern Delaware. So Wilmington could be seeing 3 inches to 4 inches just across the river in Salem. Smyrna, you could be closer to 7 inches, and then look to the south. Some spots may get 10 inches of snow, closer to a foot, but that's farther to the south. But somebody's going to get much more than those areas closer to Philadelphia and to the north. That's where it will be much less. But we'll all get a blast of wind starting tonight, so blowing snow will be a concern tonight. And then strong gusty winds for Tuesday, Wednesday, and into the latter part of the week as well. We'll talk about snow totals for your neighborhoods when I'm back in just a few minutes. Keith?
Thank you, Bill. Some people are already taking advantage, by the way, of the snow in Washington, D.C. There was, I should say, a friendly snowball fight on the National Mall. It's actually a tradition. The Snowball Fight Association began in 2010 when more than 2,000 people showed up for a snowball fight. The D.C. area could get up to a foot of snow through today. So a lot more to work with out there on the National Mall.
Oh, yeah, a lot more than we were expected to get here in the city anyway.
Absolutely. That's right. That's right.
All right, let's bring in the man who knows, who's been tracking this thing for the last couple of days.
Yeah, no, it's going to be here through the day today, but we will see changes during the day today. And you're absolutely right. The heaviest snow is going to be south of Philadelphia. Philadelphia will get its share. We'll have some shoveling to do even into the suburbs, but to the south, that's where it's really going to get much heavier during the morning and into the afternoon. Heading out right now, you can see it's still dry in Philadelphia, but that snow shield is getting closer to us. Notice the flags are blowing. Not a lot of wind with this storm system, but some will get a lot of snow. We have issued a first alert for the winter storm that will be with us through the day and through much of tonight. The heaviest snow still on track for Delaware and New Jersey. The snow should be moving out overnight, but blowing snow is going to be a problem. The winds, light during the day, will really get much stronger tonight and over the next few days. That's going to bring in an Arctic blast. Okay, you can see still dry in Philadelphia, Trenton, and Allentown, but there is the leading edge of the snow that's just starting to take over Delaware and New Jersey and parts of South Jersey as well. Wilmington about to see the first few snowflakes. East Nottingham and southern Chester County getting some light snow. And this is very light snow, but it turns steadier over Cape May. Get those darker blues, and that's a sign that it's coming down heavier. But look at all this moisture to the south. There's more moisture to the south, and with cold air in place across the entire region, that extra moisture is going to result in the heavier snow for much of Delaware, for central and southern Delaware and into South Jersey. That will see the worst of it. Going farther to the south, you can see some rain mixing in there. We're not going to get this. There's the center of the storm. This is moving almost due east, so that's going to keep the cold air in place for us and rain showers and a wintry mix farther to the south. So we've got an all-snow event, which actually makes it a little easier to clear, but we still have to deal with it through the morning. This is 8 o'clock this morning. Snow will be reaching into Trenton, into the Lehigh Valley, but the steadier, heavier snow will be in Delaware and into South Jersey. And the snow will still be coming down at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then we're looking at snow showers for this afternoon. The steadier snow may start to taper off, but there's still snow coming down in Delaware, South Jersey, into Philadelphia, even into the evening hours. We're not done with this system, and that's accumulating snow showers. It'll be cold enough that will all be sticking. And 11 o'clock tonight, there goes the little last bit for Delaware and South Jersey, and then finally moving out overnight. But the wind will keep everything blowing around and bringing colder air, making for frozen conditions. So the least to the north, 1 to 3 inches. Philadelphia is in the 3 to 5 inches. Keep in mind, it may only be 3, but it could be up to 5 in some spots. You get that neighborhood variability, but by far the most will be to the south, an easy 5 to 8 inches, and we may even see more than that in parts of central, southern Delaware and into Cape May County. So stand by. We'll update this map as new information comes in. We've got the wind ramping up tonight, and that's going to keep cold air with us for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you don't shovel it or plow it or use the snow blower, it's going to stay put, frozen until the end of the week. We get a nice bump in the temperatures for Friday, and the weekend looks like it is going to be another snowy scene on Saturday, potentially, before sunshine returns Sunday. 422, roads are going to be an issue. Matt DeLucia is over there in the First Alert Traffic Center. Morning, Matt.
Good morning, Bill. So far, far, we're not seeing any problems just yet. Here's a live look in Chester County, Route 30 bypass at 322. Not seeing any of that snow falling at this point here, but give us some time. As we look at the maps right now, as Bill's been talking about, that snow starting to move in here from the south and west here right now. The Wilmington area, just watch out around 95 in Delaware here, around Christiana. Just those roads are going to be slick throughout the day, that's for sure. Broad Street southbound here in Philadelphia between Butler Street and Erie Avenue, that is closed because of some police activity going on there. And then over in South Jersey, we have some fallen power lines here on Delaware Drive between Grove Street and Stanger Avenue, and that has that road closed. Keith, back over to you.
Hey, don't mess with these roads out there at some parts of the area, too, as the snow begins to fall, right? Because it could be a pretty dangerous day, Bill.
Yeah, if you're, nobody should be rushing anywhere during the day today. Take it easy. You'll need some extra time. Not everybody's seeing snow just yet, but that is going to change. We're seeing that area of snow make progress. It's moving in this morning. We already have steady snow in Delaware into South Jersey and some of the Pennsylvania suburbs as well. This is fairly light, but it is accumulating now in South Jersey, all across Delaware, with just a few neighborhoods in Wilmington starting to see the first few snowflakes of the morning. Vineland, you're about to get a few snowflakes as well. This is the leading edge. Very light to begin with, but steady snow will be developing this morning and accumulating, and a potential for heavy snow for parts of Cape May County, Delaware, and central and southern Delaware will get hit the hardest. To the north, you'll get some snow too, but not as much as the rest of the area. So stand by. We've got a snowy day ahead. Snow's already falling on Beach Avenue. There's a live view of Cape May. The visibility is coming down, and that's going to be one of the challenges, especially this morning with the heavier snow. We've issued a first alert for today and tonight, and even though it will be tapering off some later in the day, I still expect to see some scattered snow showers this evening. All neighborhoods impacted. Northampton County, we left you out just because it's going to be so light. It's an inch or less for most neighborhoods there. But the rest of us will have to deal with accumulating snow, and the heaviest snow in Delaware and New Jersey, leading to hazardous travel, slippery conditions, and low visibility as well. Break it down hour by hour. Look at the suburbs and South Jersey when I'm back in just a few minutes. But first, it is traffic time with Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center. Just getting going this morning, Matt.
Yes, Bill, and we're waiting for the first flakes to begin falling here on the Route 30 bypass here right by Route 100 there in Chester County. As we look at the maps right now, you can see here 322 areas of Downingtown, Coatesville. Just watch out Route 202. You can see some of those slick spots beginning there as that snow begins moving in over the next few minutes there. Also down in Wilmington, starting to see some of that snow falling on 95 and 495. Also around the Delaware Memorial Bridge as well. So as we look at the rest of the area right now, not looking too bad as far as any kind of precipitation here. Broad Street southbound was closed between Butler Street and Erie Avenue. Looks like that may have just reopened due to some earlier police activity. And finally, a note for you, the Route 102 trolley here operating with shuttle buses between 69th and Sharon Hill because of a disabled trolley. Keith and Erin, back over to you.
All right, Matt, thank you. Hey, South Jersey is going to be one of the hardest hit areas today.
Yeah, let's get right to NBC10's Brenna White. She's standing by and live in Vineland. Brenna, what do you see so far?
We're still waiting on that snow, you guys. It feels like it could happen any minute now. My photographer, Brian, and I were watching the radar in the news truck, and we keep saying, any second now. It's really close to us. We're in Vineland here. This is Delaware Drive behind me. It's a busy stretch of road, but you can see it's completely clear right now. NJDOT officials said brining that happened on Friday ahead of those flurries is setting them up for success. And when that snow does start to fall, we'll start to see those plow trucks come out on the road and clear everything away. We did see people preparing for the storm yesterday, while Monday morning is definitely a tough time for snow to come because of the morning commute. Definitely nice that folks were able to get to those stores over the weekend before it started. People bought everything from groceries to new snow shovels, expecting a few inches of snow to fall throughout the morning. Most people we talked to are excited about the first big storm of the season, hoping for a snow day.
I actually called off tomorrow just in case, so I'm not really going to be driving in it as much, even if it is that bad.
We haven't had a lot of snow in a while. No, we have not, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I really hope we get off of school.
It seems that they got their wish. A lot of school districts in South Jersey already calling it for the morning. You can see the snow hasn't started just yet, but it will pick up any minute now. We'll be sure to pass that along to you, and those kids will be glad they were off school so they can enjoy their snow day. We'll let you know as soon as that snow starts to fall, and make sure you stay off the roads when it does so crews can move it off of the roads. I'm live in Vineland. Brenna White, NBC 10 News.
Yeah, if you're at home with kids, don't have to work, don't have school.
Enjoy it.
A lot of people enjoy it. Yeah, have fun. All right,
Curl
Brenna.
up and watch it from your window.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
check back in. Let's give you a live look right now at Atlantic City, where we are expected to see 5 to 8 inches of snowfall today. Mayor Marty Small, Sr., urging everybody in the city to just be vigilant.
It's going to be a storm that can have significant impact. So I'm asking everyone to please take this storm seriously. Please take this storm seriously.
Because of the expected snow, all city government offices are closed. That means no trash collection. But of course, first responders, they're going to be ready for any emergency. Let's check out what things are looking like in Philadelphia.
Yep,
now.
NBC10's Miguel Martinez-Valles live in Manioc. Miguel, the whole city basically shut down today as we anticipate this storm coming our way.
Yes, city offices, but also Philadelphia school district schools. Those are closed today in anticipation of the snowstorm. We've really been seeing people prepare those since Friday. So on Friday, we saw a little bit of snow. I was in South Philly for that. That obviously didn't stick, but we also saw a lot of people getting ready with all of their winter essentials and preparations. Take a look at this video. People were salting the parking lots, salting the sidewalks, putting salt on the roadways, trying to make sure that everybody was safe. We also saw people shopping, starting their essential shopping for salt, shovels, scrapers, anything that can help make cleaning up easier and keep the streets safe for the possible snowstorm. We spoke to shoppers about some of the big winter weather recommendations they had. Here's what they had to say.
Salt, shovels, scrapers for your windows. If you can get the one with the brush as well for your windows, that'll help you a lot in the morning if you got to go out there and work.
I just keep the heat on. I'm a plumber, keep the water moving, and stay indoors.
Yeah, staying indoors is a great recommendation. But if you have to come out on the streets, if you're in Manayunk, for example, you have to drive on these hills, which can be fun if you're sledding. Obviously not the roadways, but the hills. But tricky if you're driving. We do have some recommendations. Jana Tidwell from Triple actually texted me a few recommendations this morning saying make sure you have a full tank of gas. Give yourself a lot of following distance between you and the car in front of you. And if you are driving, do not accelerate or do not stop suddenly, because that's the easiest way to lose control of your car. So slow and steady, that's really the thing, especially once the snow starts falling. I'll send it back to you guys. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valles, NBC10 News.
Slow and steady, that's the way to go.
All right, Miguel, thank you. Let's take another look at the roadways. I-95 in Newark. Remember, schools across our area, they are closed today. They're scrolling at the bottom of your screen, so take note of that. But as you can see here, that snow coming down, people hopefully taking it easy out there. Slow and steady wins the race. Visibility might be low, too, with this the snow coming down. And
experts are warning, do not drive today unless you absolutely have to.
That's right. We're joined now by AAA spokesperson Jana Tidwell. Jana just texted Miguel Martinez-Valles, which is great. We got one better. We got her on the phone. Jana, great to hear from you. Number one, thank you so much for waking up with us. How are preparations going right now across the state? Jana, you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Hey, Jana. Good to hear from you. I was just saying how, preparations for this first major snowstorm.
Yeah.
They're, it's the snow's coming down. Obviously, preparations, though, probably took place overnight, right?
They should have, Keith and Erin, but if you haven't at least filled up the gas tank and you're headed out this morning before the snow starts, you definitely want to do that. Have a full tank of gas going into the storm. But then once the snow starts falling, it really is common sense. Speed is the number one killer out there on the roadways, the number one cause of crashes on a dry, sunny day. So add in winter precipitation. You want to slow it down. Give yourself plenty of following distance between you and the cars all around you, just in case you need to change lanes or exit the highway. You have the space to do it.
What are some of the things? I mean, this is the first snowfall of the year, first major storm of the season. What are some of the things that you should at least have in your car just in case you get stuck out there?
Great question. Now's the time. Pack that vehicle emergency kit and forget about it because, as you said, no one ever plans to get stuck. In addition to the jumper cables, the first aid kit, you want to have a collapsible snow shovel, the snow brush and ice scraper for your windshield, extra washer fluid. We use a lot of that with all the salt and brine during the winter. Kitty litter and rock salt. added traction to throw underneath your tires, plenty of extra dry clothes. Don't forget the non-perishable snack foods. And whoever you're traveling with, whether it be yourself, someone who's elderly, an infant, or a pet, whatever foods or medication you need to take on a regular basis, make sure you have it with you.
Those are really great pieces of advice right there. Because if all that right there seems like a lot, just stay home. You know?
Yeah. Don't get out on the roads if you don't have
the
to.
The collapsible shovel, the dry clothes, the medication.
Yeah.
Like, it's all a good reason to stay in, right? Is that right, Jana?
That's always our first piece of advice. If you don't have to be out there, don't go.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Jana Tidwell, as always, thank you so much for waking up with us.
She said
Hey, my
snacks.
pleasure.
Make sure you have snacks.
Snacks, very
Make sure
important,
you
too.
have snacks.
There you go.
All right.
442 out there. Got to be careful on the roadways because, Phil, you're tracking it. That snowstorm is moving on into the area, moving more and more north, really.
Yeah, this is the suburbs, which is dry right now, but stand by. We've got snow that's already moving into parts of Chester County. It's on our way to the rest of the suburbs, too. Cold enough for snow, and those temperatures are going to stay cold through the day. So this one's only going to be snow for us. No freezing rain, no sleet, none of that. Just cold and snow. Developing this morning, it'll be light to begin with, but some steadier snow happens 8, 9, 10 o'clock and into the 11 o'clock hour. But then once we get into the noontime and early afternoon hours, it becomes more scattered. You see that chance of snowfall comes way down during the late afternoon. So much of the afternoon may be dry, might be a spotty light snow shower, but the bulk of what the Pennsylvania suburbs will be getting will be coming through this morning. So the snow totals by 9 o'clock, not all that much, about an inch to inch and a half in parts of Chester County. But as we go into the afternoon, that's when we see the heavier totals, topping at 3 inches for much of Chester County, almost 3 inches for parts of Montgomery, and 2 inches to the north. You can see less snow to the north. There's drier air to the north, so the heaviest snow is going to be to the south, and that includes South Jersey. Right now, 27 degrees. Snow is starting to move in, and it will be accumulating through this morning. Look at that chance of snow going way up through the morning and into the afternoon hours. The steady, heavy snow at times at noontime, and then it slowly tapers off during the afternoon hours. Though it's just cloudy, there's still a chance of a passing snow shower, but the bulk of it will come this morning and during the early to mid-afternoon hours. So South Jersey could see 3-4 inches, but look to the south, and that's where those totals will really go up, especially in Cape May County. More than 8 inches is possible in some neighborhoods. By tomorrow, well, it's cold enough that anything on the ground is still going to be there unless it blows out of here, and the gusts will be strong for Tuesday and Wednesday. Might want to just get it out of the way and do the shoveling later today or during the day as it's coming down. We'll talk about the weekend forecast, potential for another storm coming into the area. You want them back in just a few minutes. Erin?
All right. Thanks for that, Bill. Welcome back, everybody. Let's start you off with this live picture of Cape May. You can see the snow is on the ground here. It's worth repeating, and you're going to hear us say this a lot this morning. If you don't have to leave the house, just stay at home, because we were at the very beginning of what is going to be a long day of snow for many people in our area. If you do have to get out, take it easy, for sure. Hey, people in Delaware are expecting to see the most snow.
That's right. NBC10's Neil Fisher in the car, making his way there now. Neil, where are you exactly?
Good morning, guys. We are actually in Elkton, Maryland right now. We crossed over the state line from Delaware. We were in Newark, and we saw some snow coming down around 4:30. By 4:39, there was already a coating on the side of the road, so we found some snow plows that were out here. They've been on call since midnight, and they've been hard at work. They say it's been quiet. We've been in touch with DelDOT throughout the morning. Early this morning, they say it's been quiet, but that their crews are out there this morning. The roads look good right now. It looks like they are wet, so that treatment that they are using, that salt that they are using, is working, which is good news. I was speaking to DelDOT yesterday. They said that there would be some challenges potentially if the temperatures were below about 18 degrees. It looks like their treatment is working right now, which is good news, of course. We know that DelDOT will be focusing on those primary routes right now, which are 95, 113, and 113. Once those primary roads are passable, crews will work on the secondary roads. Of course, we've been in contact with DelDOT about their plans for today. Take a listen.
Our goal is just to, we'll just continue to apply salt as necessary to keep those surfaces hopefully mostly wet, and plowing as the snow begins to accumulate. So it's really just going to be a continuous effort, given that this is projected to be a day-long storm.
A day-long storm indeed, and they're projecting that these snowplow crews will be working around the clock until tomorrow, potentially. Of course, if you see a snowplow out early this morning, traffic is moving very good right now, but if you see a snowplow out early this morning, be aware and stay as far back as you can, especially if those plows are down and they're plowing snow. We're not seeing the plows down right now here in Maryland, but we'll keep an eye out as we head back up to Delaware. Reporting live in Elkton, Neil Fisher, NBC10 News.
Some good advice there.
Yeah.
Give them space. Thank you, Neil.
All right.
You know, it's common sense once you're out there on the roads. Like, you don't really want to be right behind a snowplow anyway.
No. Give space between you and the car in front of you.
Don't want to be anywhere near a snowplow because that stuff going flying, absolutely. And that can do damage. If you get big, heavy chunks of icy snow, that's a problem. I'm not expecting that with the storm.
Oh, good.
This one's going to be all snow. It's actually going to be easier to know that it's going to be less dangerous than one that gives us a wintry mix. So there's a bonus to having all snow and cold air. But the drawback is we've got some snow shoveling to do later on. Depending on where you are, it's going to take much longer. Not much wind. Doesn't look very stormy, does it? Well, we have a first alert for a winter storm that will be ramping up during the day. Not expecting a lot of wind, but some areas will get a lot of snow. And anything on the ground, well, it's going to start blowing around. We got a blast of cold air coming in, so blowing snow will be an issue tonight, and the cold is going to keep everything frozen. So unless you shovel it or get it out of the way, it is going to be staying put. There's the leading edge of the snow, just getting ready to move into Berks County, Chester County, and through Wilmington into Newcastle County, northern Newcastle County, and now just into Delaware County, seeing some snow. Snow is falling in Cape May, too, where it's already covered on Beach Avenue. And this is just the beginning. You see these heavier, darker blues. That's the heavier snow. You can see it's to the south, and that's where it's saying this is not coming up the coast. No, the storm center is right there, and it's heading almost due east. So we will get snow, but the heaviest snow that D.C. is going to get into Delaware and South Jersey. But the farther north you go, the less snow that will be accumulating. But it will be snow. It'll lead to slippery conditions and low visibility, too. Through this morning, this is 10 o'clock this morning. Look at that snow coming down at Delaware, New Jersey, the Pennsylvania suburbs. Not so much in the Lehigh Valley into Northampton County. We've left Northampton County out of our first alert, but the first alert is in effect for the rest of the area through today and into tonight. Even though the showers will be spotty this afternoon, there's still a possibility of some snow showers and accumulating snow showers at that into the evening hours, finally pulling away late this evening with clearing skies overnight. And as it clears out, those strong winds that I mentioned, they start pulling into the area. That's going to clear us out, but it is going to keep us frozen for days. So our snowfall forecast for our area, again, lighter snow to the north, 1 to 3 inches for many of the suburbs into the Lehigh Valley, even less for Northampton and to the north. Sorry, Poconos, don't get much out of this one. 3 to 5 inches in the immediate Philadelphia area, and it could be closer to 3 inches as the heavier snow will be to the south, 5 to 8 inches for South Jersey, for central and northern Delaware. Southern Delaware may actually get a little bit more like D.C. So that's all coming today. By tomorrow, the snow is gone. The wind and cold are with us. Windy for 3 days in a row. Those temperatures in the low 30s. The feels like temperatures will be in the single digits in the morning. Starting tomorrow morning and in the afternoon, temperatures will feel like the very low 20s. A little bit of a warm up, but not by much for Friday, 36 degrees. Another chance of snow coming in on Saturday, and right now it is just a chance. By Sunday, it's back to some sunshine. Looking good for the Eagles game, but it is going to be cold for the Eagles and the Packers. The next week, the temperatures staying cold, well below the average high, which is normally in the low 40s. 4:53, let's check in with Matt DeLucia, see if there are any problems yet on the roads. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Bill. And we finally had some police arriving here on the Platte Bridge eastbound here because of this disabled vehicle. So now we got that right lane blocked there. But at least you got those flashing lights out there to help guide some of the other drivers who couldn't see that disabled car off to the side of the road. Right now, look at the maps right now. Again, we got snow falling here around Downingtown, Route 30 bypass. Already looking a little bit slow there westbound on Route 30 bypass at this point. So just watch out. Again, this is going to be a long day. Just take some extra time out there. As we widen out the picture, not seeing anything so far in Philly or the burbs. We do have a crash at this point at 476 southbound just before exit 16 for I-76. And then in South Jersey on Delaware Drive, that is closed both directions between Grove Street and Stanger Avenue because of a fallen power cable. Erin, back over to you.
All right. Thanks for that, Matt. Let's give you a live look outside right now as we talk about the snow. Let's see it down in Cape May. You can see not too many folks out there driving in it, which is a good thing. 28 degrees here in the city. It's 4:54 as we're right at the start of this major winter storm. We'll be right back.
It's 5 o'clock. Let's get back to your top stories and our coverage of this winter storm.
NBC10 News starts now.
And that is the big story this morning. A major winter storm is bearing down on our region. All 3 states will be impacted. States of emergency are already in place. We're going to tell you what you need to know before you try to head out the door this morning.
The snow plan seems to be right on track, so you may need to adjust your personal plan depending on what neighborhood you're in. Some neighborhoods will get much more snow than others. It's a big storm system. You can see it extends into northwestern Pennsylvania and southern Delaware, but the heaviest snow is going to be south of Philadelphia. We'll get our share too in Philadelphia and the suburbs to the north, but by far the heaviest snow that D.C. is already getting into Virginia is destined for parts of central and southern Delaware and into Cape May. So it's going to be an all-day event for us. The leading edge, the snow is just making its way past Vineland into the Atlantic City area and Wilmington too. And we have seen some steady accumulating snow with the visibility starting to come down in Cape May. You can see it on our cameras this morning. We'll show you that in just a second. Today and tonight, that's our first alert for the winter storm for all neighborhoods except Northampton County, where the snowfall is going to be minimal. The rest of us have to deal with accumulating snow. The heavy snow, as I mentioned, Delaware and New Jersey, leading to hazardous travel during the day today. For Philadelphia, that snow will be coming down steadily this morning. Temperatures holding in the 20s. Then as we go into the afternoon, we'll still have snow in the early afternoon, but for the ride home, things look like they're going to be improving. So not all that bad for Philadelphia, but getting into Delaware, the shore, and South Jersey, that's when the heaviest stuff comes through. We'll talk about Philadelphia and the Jersey Shore when I'm back in just a few minutes. Erin?
All right. And I'll take it from here. Right now, the Platte Bridge eastbound, we still have a disabled vehicle out there on the shoulder there, but that right lane is blocked as well at this point. As we look at the maps right now, we can see that we have some snow falling here around the Route 30 bypass, Downingtown area. So again, we've got some slick spots, Route 100, 202 as well. And then as we widen out the picture, we have a couple of crashes. There's a crash 95 southbound right by the Vine Expressway, also 476 southbound right before I-76. Erin, for now, we'll send it back over to you.
All right. Thanks for that, Matt. Hey, we are tracking this first major winter storm of the season, staying all over this one. Snow is already falling in some areas. It's a live look at Wilmington, Delaware. Can't really tell too much from this picture right here, but we know it is coming.
That's right.
We also know that Delaware expected to be hit hard by this storm. Take a look at First Alert Radar, and you can see how large this system is, stretching from the bottom of Delaware all the way up to the Philly burbs. Philadelphia Public Schools are closed today. Parochial schools are using a flex day with learning done at home. Dozens of major districts, including Lower Merion, Central Bucks, North Penn, and Chester Upland, they are also closed or virtual. We've got the complete list running right now at the bottom of your screen.
All right, live look at the shore. Governor Phil Murphy's declared a state of emergency for 7 South Jersey counties: Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cape May, Cumberland, Gloucester, and Salem counties. He's urging drivers to stay off the roads because road crews are going to be busy all over the area, clearing the snow, trying to keep the major interstates running smoothly.
Oh, yeah. The Delaware Department of Transportation is going to have 300 pieces of snow equipment and more than 500 employees that are working through the storm. We've got live team coverage to keep you up to the minute on the storm. Our crews are scattered around the area from South Jersey to Philly and Delaware. Let's start us off there. NBC10's Neil Fisher. You're driving through Delaware. What are you seeing, Neil?
Good morning. Right now we're headed up north on I-95 towards Newark, and visibility has dropped significantly over the past half hour. We saw that snow start to pick up around the Chapman Road exit, where the largest maintenance yard is for DelDOT, and we've seen crews out throughout the morning on 95. Right now, their plows are not down, which is a good sign, but their salt is being dumped on 95, which is also a good sign. It means that the temperatures are not cold enough that it's impacting the treatment that they're using. The roads are wet right now, and that's what, in speaking with DelDOT, that's what they wanted to see. Obviously, they have primary focuses early this morning, which include I-95, Route 1, Route 13, and Route 113. Those are their primary roads. Once those roads are passable, they will move on to their secondary roads. We got off the highway in Maryland for a bit, and we already noticed that the secondary roads were starting to see some snow accumulation. It was very low, but again, we're seeing that visibility drop and seeing more snowfall as we get closer back towards Newark. We saw that's where it started picking up, and we're seeing that snow pick up right now. Traffic moving really nicely right now, but again, that snow has dropped the visibility. We'll continue to check in with the latest updates, guys.
All right, Neil, thank you so much. Got to stay off those roadways, right?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
And give the plow space when you do see them. We'll check back in with you, Neil. Be safe out there. Let's turn over to Brenna White. She is standing by live in South Jersey, in Vineland. Good morning again, Brenna.
Hey, good morning, guys. Things have changed a little bit since we last spoke to you. It's been about a half hour, and I would say about the last 10-15 minutes, we started to see these flurries coming down. They're really small snowflakes. You can see them better when you look into some of the street lights here, but we expect that to pick up, of course. Delcy Drive in Vineland, nice and clear right now, but again, we do expect that to change, and plows are coming through ready to clear it as it comes. We've known this was coming, so people were out this weekend preparing. We saw people at grocery stores and hardware shops all across South Jersey stocking up on essentials and things like salt and snow shovels. While some can stay home, others might have to venture out. And because of that, Department of Transportation plows and tow trucks are spread out across the region, clearing the way for commuters. New Jersey DOT Assistant Commissioner for Operations Chris Feintel had this message for morning drivers.
If you have to go out, take your time. There's no reason to go fast in the middle of a snowstorm. And if you feel like the conditions aren't ideal, it's worth waiting an hour or two. Let us do what we need to do, and we'll have this thing, clear for you as quick as possible.
And back out here live, Chris said the brining crews did on Friday, ahead of those flurries we saw, gave us a good head start in terms of pre-treating the roads. So you can see they're a little bit wet right now as these flurries come through, but no accumulation just yet here in Cumberland County. We know contractors are ready to start plowing the roads when it starts. We've seen a few smaller plow trucks coming through this Wawa to fuel up and make sure they're ready to go. Chris told us that there are 3,400 of them all stationed in parts of the area south of I-95 in South Jersey. So they're ready to go to treat these roads and to clear out the snow as soon as it starts to accumulate. They're asking people to stay off the roads if they can so that those trucks can do their jobs. We'll keep you updated here as things continue to change. But for now, I'm live in Vineland. Brenna White, NBC10 News.
They're going to change.
Absolutely will, all throughout the morning.
We'll keep checking back in.
You got to stay tuned here at NBC10. Brenna, thank you so much. By the way, talk about the roads and conditions. Amtrak is already canceling some of its service along the Northeast Corridor. Several Acela, Northeast Regional, and Carolinian trains will not be in operation today. These are trains that have stops like Boston, New York, Washington, D.C. Make sure you check your train's status on Amtrak's website before you head out.
Let's give you a live look at Philadelphia International Airport, because right now more than 50 flights in and out of PHL have been canceled. There are about 10 delays, too. This is a change from about an hour or so ago. So those numbers are ticking up. You got to be sure to check on your flights if you have planned travel today. Count on NBC10 all morning long as we track the snow across our region with our app. You can see what's happening in your neighborhood with our interactive radar, along with hour-by-hour forecast. We'll also send you weather alerts.
Bill Henley joining us right now with a look at the link. Look at that.
He could win throwing it with his other arm, so I don't have any... Just fine.
The wrong quarterback. We're talking about the Packers quarterback.
He won't against the Eagles.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely not. Though I know my nephew-in-law is actually with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, really? There we go.
I know. So part of my family is on the other side.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He is actually the quarterback coach.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, good for him.
How about that?
Huh.
Yeah, we'll see. Part of the family will be happy. The other part will be not when the Eagles win. 28 degrees right now in Philadelphia. We're just waiting for snow on the field, and we will get it today. It develops this morning. Steady snow this morning is going to be with us through the morning into early in the afternoon. The winds will be fairly light today, but as we clear out overnight tonight, the wind will start blowing. So the snow really tapers off. Still a spotty shower possible this afternoon and into the evening hours, but most of the snow comes through this morning and early in the afternoon. Snowfall totals for Philadelphia by lunchtime today, well, almost 3 inches of snow, and that snow will be picking up. We'll see a little bit more in the afternoon, but by 11 o'clock tonight, this one is done in Philadelphia. And though the snow totals will be lighter to the north, go to the south and Cape May, look at that. More than 8 inches of snow is possible for some neighborhoods in Cape May County, and has already begun. That's Beach Avenue. Beach Avenue's got some light snow right now and 26 degrees. The snow will turn heavier as the morning progresses and continue into the afternoon. Look at that snow chance at 9 o'clock, 100%. Stays elevated through the morning and into the afternoon. This is an all-day event for the shore. By late this afternoon, the snow chances start coming down, but I still expect to see some scattered snow showers as we go into the evening hours. Then it's wind and cold for Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll talk weekend and another chance of snow, plus looking at the potential snow totals for our area when I come back in just a few minutes.
We have a couple problems on the roadways that have nothing to do with snow at this point. We have a crash here, 476 of Blue Ridge southbound here, right by 76. Only one lane getting by. And then also on the Platte Bridge, we are completely stopped here eastbound because of an earlier disabled vehicle. Looks like they're trying to get that out of the way, but 2 spots there to watch out for. And yes, the snow is beginning to move into our areas. Just be careful out there. Erin and Keith?
Oh, that's complicating things, or it will for sure. Let's give you a live look right now at the Garden State Parkway. This is just outside of Wildwood, and you can see snow is on the roads there. Storm Force 10 on the move, taking you through a lot of different neighborhoods this morning. It's 5:14. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 5:16 on a busy Monday morning because we are expecting most of the region will get at least some snow today. You're looking live right now at Center City, Philadelphia, Liberties 1 and 2. Ooh. City not expected to get as much snow as New Jersey and Delaware, but it is still prepared for the worst.
That's a smart way to do it, right? NBC10's Miguel Martinez-Vai live in Manayunk. Manayunk, one of those places, too. Driving is tricky on a non-snow day.
On a regular day.
Now add snow to the mix and it becomes icy, and boy, can it be treacherous.
Yeah, if you don't like hills, driving in Manayunk, it's definitely the place to avoid. But no snow here yet. We do know that there are some snow preparations, though, that have been underway. Philadelphia Public Schools, the school district there, canceled classes today because of the possible snowstorm. And you can see out here, trucks have been out salting the roads, getting everything ready. Now, we did stop by Fairmount Hardware over the weekend as shoppers were getting themselves ready, buying shovels, salt, and car scrapers, all the winter essentials that maybe people misplaced or got rid of since the last big snow event. There we spoke to one man who told us even though he's the one buying the supplies today, he won't be the one out shoveling the snow.
Stay inside if you can, and be warm, And we employ a couple of young guys from the neighborhood to come and do our walks and stuff like that, so I'm getting supplies for them.
Yeah, and others we spoke to, they wanted to remind everyone to shovel their sidewalks so everyone can have a clear path when the snow falls and so everybody can be safe. Salt on these sidewalks, too, especially if you see the hills here in Manayunk. That can be the tricky part. AAA suggesting any drivers that have to be out on the roads today increase the driving distance between them and the car in front of them. That is just one way to make sure that you are staying safe if the roads become slippery. I'll send it back to you, Miguel Martinez-Vai, NBC 10 News.
All right, Miguel, we will check back in for sure. All right. Boy, you guys ready for this first snow of the season?
We got to be ready for it. That's our job over here, too, to make sure you're ready at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-day event, but most of the snow does come through this morning into the afternoon hours, and it's already moving in. We're seeing snow accumulating in Delaware and South Jersey, and it is quickly making its way towards Philadelphia and into the suburbs, and even the Lehigh Valley is going to get some snow out of this, but of all areas, that's going to get the least. And the Pocono Mountains will really miss us out on this one. But we have issued a first alert for the winter storm that will really be impactful for Delaware and South Jersey. That's where the heaviest snowfall will be with us during the day today, and still some accumulating snow later today and this evening as well, followed by blowing snow tonight. Strong gusty winds kick in, and that is going to bring the visibility down and move that snow around. So stand by. We've got a snowy scene ahead, and that snow is slowly making some progress in towards Philadelphia, getting closer, moving into not only northern Chester County, but now parts of Montgomery County and Berks County. Reading, you're starting to see the first snowflakes of the morning. Won't be long, and these snowflakes move into Philadelphia. So within the next hour, we'll start to see some snow falling, and it's already reaching towards Atlantic City. It moves in this morning, and it will stay with us through the morning. When I expect to see a taper off will be this afternoon. But you can see these darker blues. This storm is moving due east, so those darker blues are going to come right across central and southern Delaware and into South Jersey. And that's the bullseye. That's the area in our region that is going to see the heaviest snowfall. So this is it hour by hour. Snow at 7 o'clock towards Philadelphia. Still looking for snow to arrive in the Lehigh Valley. In Trenton, you're still kind of quiet. But that's some heavy snow in parts of Delaware and into South Jersey right on through the morning hours. Snow eventually reaches into the Lehigh Valley at 9 o'clock, and that's accumulating snow for the rest of us, with spotty showers starting to show up during the afternoon hours. But this is still producing accumulating snow. It just won't be as heavy during the afternoon and evening hours as what we'll see during the day, during the morning hours and during the morning early afternoon hours. So our 10-day on 10 has the winter storm for today. 30 degrees in Philadelphia. We're looking for 3 to 5 inches in the Philadelphia area, but to the south, it is 5 to 8 inches of snow. By tomorrow, windy conditions, and cold too. Temperatures in the 20s in the morning, barely reaching freezing in the afternoon. So anything on the ground is going to stay frozen. Not much warmer on Friday, but a little bit up to 36 degrees. Then another chance we'll see some snow on Saturday. By Sunday, we're back to some sunshine just in time for the Eagles and the Packers, and it stays cold next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Matt DeLucia, I see you over there in the First Alert Traffic Center. What's happening there?
Yeah, we have this crash here on the Blue Route southbound approaching 76 here, so we only have that one left lane getting by, so we're already seeing quite a jam up in this area, and that has nothing to do with the snow. Some good news for you, though. Platte Bridge eastbound, we had an earlier disabled vehicle off to the side of the road that was blocking all the lanes there. That is gone, so everything's clear on the Platte Bridge. Again, we got that snow already starting to fall here, parts of Delaware, Chester County here, so just watch out for that along the Blue Route there. And then also in the city here, 95 southbound, just after Aramingo Avenue, we have the shoulder closed because of a crash there. Keith, back over to you.
All right, Matt, thank you.
NBC10 News starts now.
The first major snowstorm of the season is moving through our area. We've got crews in every corner to show you the conditions in your neighborhood.
I have a question for you. What do you get when you put chicken in a hot tub?
Hot chicken.
Soup. You'll need it on a day like today.
There we go. And
you only have a couple more days left with me, and then Sheila's back, folks.
Right.
Come on.
I like hot chicken.
Bill Henley joining us now. A good soup
Anything
day,
warm,
Bill.
yes.
When you hit the drive-thru, see if they got some hot chicken and a good joke, because they probably will have something a little better than what we're dealing with this morning. Hey, it's going to be a challenge to get out and about during the day today. For much of the area, we're already seeing snow, and this is just the beginning of a storm system that will be impacting us all day. The snow reaching into Philadelphia, but the heavier snow already coming down in Delaware and into South Jersey, where it is accumulating at the shore, and that leading edge is quickly spreading across the area. As it spreads through the area, you'll see the snowfall starting to intensify. Some areas will see heavy snow, and that's mainly to the south of Philadelphia, including South Jersey. We're already seeing some nice accumulation on Cape May on our live view from the Marquis de Lafayette Hotel, and that was on the ground before 3 o'clock this morning, and it's still coming down. So we have issued a first alert for a winter storm for today and tonight, though the heaviest snow I expect this morning and early this afternoon. Even tonight, we'll see some scattered snow showers and blowing snow as the winds start kicking in overnight. All neighborhoods except Northampton County, where the snow will be much lighter. Accumulating snow, the heaviest snow, as I mentioned, Delaware and New Jersey, which will lead to hazardous travel. I'll break it down hour by hour. Look at Delaware and the Lehigh Valley when I come back in just a few minutes. But first, it's time for traffic. traffic with Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center. Morning, Matt.
Good morning, Bill. We have this crash still out here on the Blue River southbound right by I-76 there, the Schuylkill Expressway. And we only have that one lane getting by right now. So those two right lanes are blocked and everything is already starting to back up behind it. So we'll keep our eye on that situation. Also, we have the shoulder closed here, 95 southbound, right by the Vine Expressway there. Still seeing a bit of volume out there, but slowing down, not stopping. So that is good news there. Got a little bit of that snow that's going to be falling throughout parts of the area here this morning. So far, everything's looking pretty good as far as traffic flows. Just take it easy out there because things can definitely be slick out there. Also on the Broad Street line northbound, we have some delays because of some problems at Cecil B. Moore. Erin and Keith, we'll send it back over to you for now.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Hey, people in Delaware are expecting to see the most snow out of this.
That's right. NBC10's Neil Fisher there on the right side of your screen, driving through it right now. Where are you, Neil?
Good morning. We're about 15 miles north of Smyrna. We're headed south on Route 1, which is one of the primary roads that DelDOT is focusing on early this morning. The snow's been falling in Delaware for about an hour or so now, and we've seen it pick up and start to accumulate over the last 15-30 minutes or so, and now we're starting to see it stick to the roadways. Earlier, I was telling you that the salt that these crews were treating the roads with was doing its job. The roads were wet. Now we're starting to see that snow start to pick up. We've seen the traffic start to slow down, which is good news, and we've seen dozens and dozens of snowplows and crews out here early this morning working on these roads. We know that some of the other primary roads that they're focusing on is Route 13 and Route 113, as well as I-95. Of course, once those primary roads get done and are passable for vehicles, that's when they'll start heading on to those secondary routes, and we've already seen them on those secondary roads as well. Right now, it's about only one lane on Route 1 that is totally clear. The fast lane, you could say, the left lane on Route 1 headed south towards Smyrna, has some snow on it, has some snow accumulation on it. We're going to be watching that throughout the morning as well as this continues, but we're about an hour into it now in Delaware. We're starting to see more and more traffic as this morning comes on, and we'll continue to focus on what these roads look like here in Delaware. Reporting live outside Smyrna, Neil Fisher, NBC10 News.
It's starting to get dangerous there, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Neil, thanks. Good thing you're taking your time, too. We're going to stay in Delaware. You don't want to be on the roads there today, really.
Yeah, let's check in now with the Delaware DOT. We've got the Director of Community Relations, C.R. McLeod, on the phone. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Ooh, I love the cheeriness in your voice, considering what we're dealing with.
That's right.
So talk to us about, we know you've got a ton of crews out there. What are they seeing right now? What are they doing right now out on the roads?
Well, thankfully, what we're not seeing is a lot of traffic volume. So folks are really heeding the word to stay home, stay in. Schools are closed across the state. So that's good news. That makes our plow operations much easier because we've got that roadway wide open and are able to really move quicker in continuing to plow and salt roads across the state.
That's good. I'm looking at our maps here. We could see up to a foot of snow in some parts of Delaware. Obviously, it's coming down as we take a look at live pictures. You guys are going to be out there all day long, too, right?
Well, certainly temperatures aren't going to be doing us any favors. So this is going to be a continuous operation with snow clearing and then salting the roads to keep that from freezing up and really seeing any additional issues happen.
You know, we've been reminding people, but, you know, we want to go straight to the source. What should drivers do if you have to be out on the roads and you encounter a snowplow or maybe even like a train of plows, you know, one after the other? What should drivers do?
Well, certainly giving them plenty of space, you know, staying, 5, 6, 7 car lengths back, having your lights on, making sure that you're very visible to our plow operators as they're moving. And don't attempt to pass them either. Let them clear the road ahead of you and slow down. You're going to have a much better drive with those plows ahead of you than you getting ahead of the plows. So let them continue to work and just give them plenty of room and take some time to clear off your vehicle as well. Your visibility is really going to be key. So just want everyone to really take their time, adapt your driving to the conditions, and just be mindful that it's going to take extra time to get to your destination.
That's right. And also maintain the attitude that C.R. McLeod has here.
Yes.
The energy this morning.
Yes.
I love it.
Smile on your face.
That's right. That's right. Our first storm of the season.
We appreciate that. We hear the smile.
Yes.
Sierra McLeod from Delaware
Love it.
Department of Transportation, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So we've got Delaware covered right there. Obviously, South Jersey is going to be hit pretty hard as well.
Let's check in with NBC10's Brenna White live in Vineland. Brenna, we've been checking in with you throughout most of the morning, and I can actually see some flakes on your jacket now.
You can, yes. It's a winter wonderland out here. The snow is falling, and not only is it falling, guys, it is sticking to the ground. It's starting to accumulate a little bit. Delcy Drive is pretty clear, but look behind me. You can see in the parking lot of this Wawa, the snow is starting to stick. It's starting to accumulate here pretty quickly, I would say, and cars are starting to have to be a little bit more careful out here. We're also noticing that cars are going to have to start clearing off their windshields before they leave the house, as it's starting to definitely stick on there. Now, people were preparing for this. That is the name of the game here. The better you prepare, the better off you'll be. On Monday morning, it's kind of a tough time for snow to come because of the morning commute, especially after the holidays. A lot of people back to work. Nice that folks were able to get to the stores over the weekend. People bought everything from groceries to new snow shovels, expecting a few inches of snow to fall throughout the morning. Most people we talked to were excited about the idea of the first storm of the season, getting them off of work and school. Some people were able to be off. Back out here live, take a look. You can see people starting to pull into the parking lot. We did see a few small plow trucks pulling into the Wawa here to fuel up and make sure they're ready. We talked to the New Jersey Department of Transportation. They said there are thousands of trucks and crews out across South Jersey waiting for the snow to start to accumulate so they can get out on the roads and start to clear it. I'm looking at Delcy Drive right now where cars are driving through. Things look pretty clear, but it's definitely accumulating in the center medians, so just take it slow out there if you're headed out today. Live in Vineland, Brenna White, NBC10 News.
That's the best advice for sure. Brenna, thank you so much. Take another look at the roadways staying in New Jersey. This is Broadway in Cape May. The route on down to the shore right here. A lot of people head this way to get to the beaches. Remember, schools across our area, they're closed. They're scrolling at the bottom of your screen, so keep your eyes peeled for any new updates that we had throughout the morning. You can count on NBC10 to stay on TV. All right, cold temperatures are going to give us some trouble, too, today. In addition to the major snowstorm that's hitting mostly south of Philadelphia, we've got a lot to contend with, too, in terms of several inches of snow. Bill had the forecast up there in just for a few seconds.
Well, here it is. Yeah, we got the snow coming in right now. As we're watching, you can see that snow is making some progress. The steadier, heavier snow is to the south, but it's already reaching into Berks County and the Lehigh Valley. Radar and satellite showing some very light snow pulling into town. Can't even see it on our live picture from Allentown, where it's 25 degrees. One of the reasons we're not seeing snow below, but we're picking it up on the radar, the air is very dry, so those first snowflakes are actually evaporating before they get down to the ground. Part of why it's going to be a much lighter snowfall during the day in the Lehigh Valley and Berks County. But snow will be coming down. See, that chance of snow really goes up this morning, but really tapers off in the afternoon. At 1 o'clock, the last few snowflakes coming through, and then mostly cloudy with a chance of a passing snow shower. There's still a slight chance of a few spotty late showers later in the day. We're not looking for much of accumulation in the Northampton County, which has been left out of our first alert because just an inch there, but up to 2.5, possibly 3 inches for parts of Berks County. Then to the south, this is where we're going to have heavier snow. Snow is falling across Delaware right now, but the heaviest will be in central and southern Delaware. You see a little bit, yeah, there's snow coming down. It's a live view of I-95. You can see it kind of in some of the lights there. 25 degrees. You can see people are slowing down. They do a pretty good job of slowing down at this hour. They're seasoned snow travelers this morning. We'll need them too, because the snow will be heavy at times this morning in Delaware. Still going into the afternoon, but by later in the afternoon it tapers off. We're mostly cloudy skies with a chance of a spotty shower. But snowfall total is more impressive in Delaware from Wilmington, which might get off with 3 to 4 inches in northern Newcastle County. But look to the south, and those numbers really go up for Kent and Sussex County. That snow is going to be on the ground for a couple of days unless it's shoveled, because cold air is blasting in. Blustery conditions right on through Wednesday and into Thursday as well. Take a look at the weekend forecast when yet another storm system may be coming in when I come back with a full 10-day on 10. Erin?
All right, thanks for that, Bill.
And we're moving a little bit better right now on the Blue Route southbound here, approaching the Schuylkill Expressway. That crash is still out there, but we do have 2 lanes now open. As we look at the drive times right now, Blue Route northbound between 95 and 76 still only take you about 14 minutes. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Let's give you another live look down in Cape May. You can see the roads are covered down there. Areas to the south of Philadelphia, they're going to get the most snow out of this major system. The first of the year, the first of the season. So really be careful as you head out today, no matter where you are in the region. You're probably going to see a little bit of something. 28 degrees right now in the city at 546. Speaking of the city, let's check out what things are looking like in Philadelphia.
That's right. NBC10's Miguel Martinez-Valle live for us in Manioc. Miguel, the whole city's practically shut down.
Yeah, practically shut down. The school district schools closed today because of the snow. City offices closed as well. No snow just yet right now, but a lot of preparations happened over the weekend getting people ready. Take a look at this video. We saw people out salting sidewalks, salting parking lots and roadways, getting ready for the possible snow. We also saw people shopping all weekend, getting those winter essentials, salt, shovels, scrapers, all getting ready for anything that could fall today and anything to help making cleaning up easier and the streets safer in the possible snowstorms. Speaking of streets, out here in Manayunk, one of the trickiest parts for drivers is going to be these big hills. So you can see cars slowly coming down the hills right now. That's without the snow. Obviously, slowing down becomes even more essential when the snow starts to fall because of potentially slippery conditions. AAA telling me one of the recommendations they give to drivers is you want to make sure you want to increase that following distance between you and the car in front of you, and you don't want to stop too suddenly or accelerate too suddenly. And that's how you lose control of your car. So you want to make sure slow and steady is the way you go. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
What do they say? Slow and steady wins the race.
Wins the race.
Come on now.
You got to be, take it easy today, you know? Be careful.
Got to be a winner.
Thanks. Hey, with your kids likely spending the day at home due to the snow, we've got some ideas on how to keep them busy while also having fun.
All right, I am all ears here. You can make a snack bar in your home. You got to just have the snacks already. Lay out some of your favorite sweet and salty treats like you would see in a hotel or buffet. You can also make some arts and crafts. For example, paper snowflakes or snowman. You can also prepare a makeshift spa with some nail polish and hair care items.
How about that?
Ooh, listen to this.
Cool.
You can make a baking soda volcano in the snow. Oh, so my kids would love this. All you need is baking soda, dish soap, food coloring, and vinegar.
Oh, cool. Cool idea.
Add all the ingredients to a container except for the vinegar. Shape the snow volcano around the container and then add the vinegar and watch it erupt.
That's awesome. Oh, that's a lot of fun. That's cool. Doesn't have to be all, talking about like how treacherous the roads are and how dangerous.
I'm totally doing this today.
Yeah, stay home.
You got to hold me to it.
Have fun with the kiddos inside. That's really great. Or outside in this case. This reminds me of something Bill would do for the kids at Weather Education Day at the ballpark.
Matt, you know what? If they had opening day when it was snowing outside, we'd do something just like that. It was always fun to do those experiments that kids can do at home and learn something about the weather. We are learning about winter not being done with our area. This is the first significant storm we've had in probably 2 years. I think it was 2022 that we had a big storm. We didn't get much last year. Well, we're going to get some areas of heavy snow today. Maybe not so much in Philadelphia. We'll get accumulating snow in Philadelphia. I think most people will still be able to get in and around during the day today. But we've issued a first alert for most of the area for the winter storm that will be delivering snow. You'll see it coming down at Lincoln Financial Field. But the heaviest is expected and occurring right now in Delaware and New Jersey. It's already starting to accumulate. That's going to happen right on through the day. But I do expect the heaviest snow, the steadiest snow to be with us this morning into early in the afternoon, then spotty snow showers later on. And then here comes a gusty wind. Blowing snow could cause problems tonight. And that wind is part of an Arctic blast that's going to keep us cold for days. Wow, how this has changed since we've been on the air at 4 o'clock this morning. You can see light snow is now reaching into the Lehigh Valley, but that's steady snow that continues to accumulate across Delaware and South Jersey and now into the suburbs too. You see these darker blues? That's still on the light side for Montgomery County, but that will be intensifying during the day. So we'll get our share of snow for Philadelphia northward. The light stuff from Philadelphia south That's where the heavier snow will be accumulating. Atlantic City now seeing snow along with Vineland, Cape May, and look to the south. And those are the darker blues that are really going to produce some very heavy snowfall. We could see upwards of a foot of snow to our south. But we will get plenty of accumulating snow for our area, too. Some shoveling duty, not the heavy stuff like they'll see farther to the south. Lehigh Valley at 10 o'clock this morning. That's snow falling in Allentown. Not so much in Northampton County. Steady light snow for Trenton, Philadelphia, and Wilmington. And that's a heavier snow across Delaware and South Jersey. By late morning, we'll start to see a taper off to some showers. And early in the afternoon, though it doesn't look as impressive, those are still snow showers moving through the area. So that's additional accumulation that's still possible during the evening hours, mainly south of Philadelphia. But there will be some spotty showers around until late this evening. It'll finally move offshore overnight. And then here comes that wind that's going to make it so much colder in the coming days and bring those temperatures way down. And it will be a gusty wind. So I've just updated the snowfall forecast to the north. Less than an inch, 1 to 3 for the Lehigh Valley into some of the northern suburbs. That includes parts of Bucks and Montgomery. Then 3 to 5 from Chester into Philadelphia and into central New Jersey. But farther to the south, we're looking at 5 to 8 inches for Wilmington and through Newcastle County, Salem, Cumberland County, you're in this. But going into Cape May, look, I've just added this because it does look like there's going to be bullseye to the south, which includes part of Kent County, south of Dover and Sussex County. There's a potential for 8 to 12 inches of snow. So we got it coming today. We got it blowing through the area tomorrow. Windy conditions. Look at the temperatures, 20s in the morning and some teens too. Highs near freezing for most of the week. We'll get a little bit of a break on Friday. Then the next chance of snow, and that's all it is right now, comes in on Saturday, followed by some sunshine, and cold weather continues for Sunday and well into next week. Look at those temperatures stuck in the 30s. 5:53 on the nose. Matt DeLucia has your first alert traffic. What are we looking at so far, Matt?
So far, we got good news here because we had that earlier crash on the Blue Route southbound approaching I-76 here. It is off to the shoulder. All lanes are back open. So that is good news for drivers in that area. Bad news is, yeah, we've got that snow that's going to be falling. So that's going to make travel a little bit more difficult today, to say the least. Looking at the traffic flows, though, 95, 76, Blue Route, so far all looking pretty good. The only issue we have at this point is a crash that has caused a fuel spill as well here on Route 130 southbound between Black Horse Pike and Crescent Drive. That road is closed and being detoured at this point. Finally, look at mass transit right now. Everything is on or close to schedule, but PATCO is operating on a snow schedule as well. Also, keep in mind a lot of roadways do have speed restrictions, like the Garden State Parkway. Pennsylvania for PennDOT has vehicle restrictions. So again, this is a day to just take it easy, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you don't have to get out there on the road, stay home.
Indeed.
Speaking of the roads, let's give you a live look right now. This is Route 13 in Smyrna, Delaware. Delaware expected to be one of the harder hit areas from this major winter storm. Going to get the most snow accumulation, and it is coming down out there. 28 degrees at 5:54. We'll be right back. Our coverage continues right after this.
Hey, it's 6 o'clock. We got a lot to talk to with regard to this major snowstorm that is moving across our area. Let's get back to our top stories.
NBC10 News starts now.
You said it, Keith. A major winter storm is now hitting our region. All 3 states will be impacted. States of emergency are already in place. We're going to tell you what you need to know before you try to head out the door this morning.
We're preparing for that big game this coming weekend. Also preparing ourselves for what's going to go on the roadways and in the skies, Bill.
We're seeing it coming down already, right on schedule. The snow is moving into the area, and it's making significant progress. Just a short time ago, we were not seeing snowflakes reaching towards the Lehigh Valley, but that's happening this morning. But it's a big storm, and you see those darker blues to our south. That's where the heaviest snow is going to be. The storm is moving almost due east, so those heavier bands of snow are going to stay south of Philadelphia. But we've got snow on the way, and it will be accumulating. But the bulk of it is coming through for Delaware and into South Jersey. You can see Atlantic City, Vineland, Wilmington all getting snowfall. It's starting to come down in Philadelphia. We'll take a look at our camera in just a minute. And the Lehigh Valley, we're still waiting for it on the ground. The radar is picking it up in the clouds, but it's going to take some time to work through the dry air that's on the surface. And that dry air is part of why the Lehigh Valley, the Pennsylvania suburbs, Philadelphia, will get nowhere near as much snow as Delaware and South Jersey. Snow, it doesn't look the visibility is not too bad. You can see a few people have been driving over the snow on Beach Avenue, but there is some accumulation, and there is more on the way. For Philadelphia, we got snow at 8, 10, and at noontime. Temperatures in the 20s. So we're talking all snow, so that's going to make it easier to clear, and we'll have some clearing to do this afternoon with mostly just cloudy skies, a chance of a spotty shower, but the steadier snow will taper off quickly this afternoon. Not the case for Delaware, the Jersey Shore, and South Jersey, where it continues well into the afternoon and significant accumulation is possible. So we have issued a first alert for Titan tonight. All neighborhoods except Northampton County, which will just get a very little bit of accumulating snow. The rest of us will have some shoveling to do. Heavy snow for Delaware and New Jersey, leading to hazardous travel with low visibility and slippery conditions. So look at Philadelphia, the Pennsylvania suburbs, and into South Jersey. I want to come back in just a few minutes, but first it's traffic time with Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center. Morning, Matt.
Good morning, Bill. So far looking pretty smooth here along the Blue Route right by County Line Road. We had that earlier crash on 476 southbound right by 76. That is clear, so good news for drivers there. Just take it easy as that snow begins to fall there because we will be seeing some slick spots throughout the area. But at this point, everything is moving pretty smoothly on 95 and also on the Schuylkill Expressway. The biggest issue we have at this point is in South Jersey here. Route 130 southbound is closed and detour between Black Horse Pike there and Crescent Drive. That is because of a crash involving a fuel spill as well. The rest of the area not seeing too much in the way of problems, but again, just please take your time out there. Erin, back over to you.
Yeah, some good advice there. Thank you, Matt. We are tracking the first major winter storm of the season with snow already coming down. This is a live look at Route 13 in Smyrna. Check out the road in this picture. It is covered. Delaware expected to be hit hard by this storm. Also take a look at First Alert Radar. This is where you can see the storm really stretching from the bottom of Delaware all the way up into the Philly suburbs. Philadelphia public schools are closed today. Parochial schools are using a flex day with learning done at home, and then dozens of other major districts, including Lower Merion, Central Bucks, North Penn, Chester Upland. They are all closed or virtual today. We've got the complete list running at the bottom of your screen.
Let's give you a live look at the Jersey Shore. Governor Phil Murphy has declared a state of emergency for 7 South Jersey counties: Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cape May, Cumberland, Gloucester, and Salem counties. He's urging drivers to stay off the roads just like this one down here. That's Beach Avenue. We've seen the snow come down there, and it will only continue to get heavier as this morning goes on. Road crews are going to be busy all across the area. They're clearing away that snow, trying to keep the major interstates running smoothly.
The Delaware Department of Transportation will have 300 pieces of equipment and more than 500 employees working throughout this storm. We've got live team coverage, keeping you up to the minute on the storm. Our crews are scattered all over the area from South Jersey to Philly to Delaware. Let's start there with NBC10's Neil Fisher. You're driving through the state. What are you seeing so far, Neil?
Good morning. Route 13 in Smyrna. We're heading south. We're starting to see that accumulation. I just got off the phone with DelDOT, and they said that roads are starting to deteriorate the farther south you go in the state. They said some places are already reporting 3 inches of snowfall. They said the roads are getting tricky, and we're starting to see that accumulation. This is one of the primary roads here in Delaware that DelDOT is focusing on. You can see traffic is starting to slow down. The roads have been impacted by this snowfall so far. Route 13, I-95, and Route 113, all part of their primary objectives, trying to make these passable for drivers early this morning. Let's speak to, we just got off the phone with DelDOT, and I want to show you what DelDOT's community relations directors told me yesterday about their plans as more and more drivers get out early this morning.
Given the temperatures even with the pre-treating of the roads, it's not going to take long for snow to begin to accumulate. So we'll have crews out. DelDOT's responsible for about 14,000 lane miles of roadway across the state. Well, our plow trucks can't be everywhere at once. Inevitably snow begins to accumulate. So if you are going to be out, especially before sunrise, just to be prepared that it could likely be slow going.
And it is slow going early this morning. One thing that C.R. McLeod told me is that even if you don't see a snowplow out here on the roads, especially Route 13, as you can see the accumulation on the roads, they are out, they are working. They're very busy early this morning as this snowfall continues to come down here in Delaware. We'll keep you updated with the latest on these road conditions throughout the morning. Reporting live in Smyrna, Neil Fisher, NBC10 News.
I think of all the areas right now, your pictures there, Neil, have been kind of the most treacherous.
Yes.
When it comes to the roadways and the snow that's down. So you got to be careful out there, all across the area, but especially in Delaware.
And we've been seeing the deterioration as he's been saying. All right, Neil, we'll check back in. Our live team coverage continues now with NBC10's Brenna White. She is live in Vineland.
Oh, there you go. Seeing some snow behind you. We'd love to see it, Brenna.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we do love to see it. It's a really pretty snowfall. If you are lucky enough to be inside drinking a hot cup of coffee, open your blinds, enjoy it from inside where you're nice and warm. That's what Department of Transportation officials want you to do anyway. Take a look. You can see it really well in the street lights up here. We're at a Wawa on Delsea Drive in Vineland. You can see there's quite a few people coming in and out. We saw a lot of snow plows coming into this parking lot to fuel up. There are 3,400 snowplow crews stationed across South Jersey, really just below I-95. So they really cut the state in half, ready to go for this event that's supposed to be focused in South Jersey. And take a look. You can see as cars are turning in here, it's a little bit slushy in the driveway, but the snow is definitely sticking even on the main road. So it's starting to get a little bit more treacherous out here. People are going to want to take caution as they leave their homes, and you can definitely see that people are having to make sure they wipe off their windshields and prepare their cars as they head out the door this morning. So if you do have to head outside, prepare for a little bit of extra time, since you're going to have to clean off your car and you're going to have to take it a little bit more slowly. We're expecting this snowfall to continue throughout the morning. I would say if it were raining, it would be pouring right now because it's really, really coming down out here in Vineland. I will say that we're definitely expecting to see more snow, so DOT officials want you to be careful out there. And a lot of kids were happy to have school off anyway. So stick inside, stay warm for us. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning. I'm live in Vineland. Brenna White, NBC10 News.
We've definitely seen, when we first started talking to Brenna at 4 a.m., there was nothing there.
Nothing there, yeah.
Now you look at the roads behind her, you can see it.
Yeah, so if you look out the window and you think, oh, this is going to be fine now, in an hour, maybe a whole different picture.
Yeah. There you go.
Brenna White, thank you so much.
Hey, PennDOT says it is ready for this storm.
That's right, of course. Chris Johnson joins us live on the phone right now. Chris, thank you for waking up with us this early. How many crews do you have on the roads? What do drivers really need to know when they head out and navigate around these crews?
Good morning. Our crews came in very early this morning and began loading up salt trucks, and the trucks are out there on the roads across the area, so they're able to clear the snow and treat roads. We have about 700 plow trucks in the region with 110,000 tons of salt. We are having about 600 equipment operators and safety patrol personnel, and they're ready around the clock for maintenance and roadway assistance. But most importantly, if you do not have to travel today, don't.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what happened leading up to this, the preparations. Did the brining take place, and then has anyone started plowing yet, or we're just not there yet, we're just salting? Where are we now in this whole process?
Right, we're salting right now. We have vehicles staged in the area, so when we do start getting when the snow starts coming down heavier, we'll be ready immediately to plow. We have been in full operation, all hands on deck, since last week when we had that clipper come through on Friday. We do have some residual material on a lot of those roads. Keep in mind that PennDOT, we're responsible for over 10,000 snow lane miles in the region, and we do start with the interstates and expressways. That's the primary focus due to the heavily traveled area in these winter weather events. Those other major routes and less traveled state roads and secondary state roads, those may take a little bit longer to get cleared.
Right.
Makes sense.
All
Chris
right.
Johnson reporting or joining us here this morning from PennDOT. Thank you so much for your time. And it's funny, this is why we do neighborhood weather here at NBC10. You look
Absolutely.
at I-95 and some of the roads that we're showing you, they look perfectly clear, yet Brenna out in Vineland and also Neil Fisher driving down to Delaware,
Yeah.
whole different pictures.
And we know it's coming.
It's coming too.
It is coming.
That's right.
Yes, count on NBC10 all morning long as we continue to track the snow across our region as it moves into your area. With our app, you can see exactly what's happening in your neighborhood with our interactive radar, along with hour-by-hour forecast. We'll also send you some weather alerts.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling warm inside your home today because the snow's coming down, Bill.
You know what? Staying warm in the coming days is going to be a real challenge. It's cold enough for snow, and look at this. Pennsylvania suburbs. This is our Valley Forge tourism camera. The first snowflakes of the day coming through, 27 degrees. The temperatures are stuck in the 20s, and it's going to be all snow for us. That is helpful. No wintry mix. So snow will be accumulating this morning. A steady snowfall through the noontime hour. But for the Pennsylvania suburbs, I'm expecting it to quickly taper off this afternoon. Cloudy skies and a chance of a few passing snow showers, but most of the accumulation will come through this morning. Temperatures going nowhere, staying in the 20s. So anything on the ground is going to stay frozen and will start blowing around as the winds pick up tonight. This is the computer snow forecast. This is what the model is printing out. 2+ inches for Bucks County, close to 3 in parts of Montgomery County, and closer to 4 in parts of Delaware and into Chester County. Now, that's the computer. There could be some variation neighborhood by neighborhood. South Jersey right now, we got some snow moving in, 27 degrees, and that snow falls come right on through this morning. Look at the snow chances elevated even into the afternoon hours, but it will be tapering off during the later afternoon hours. A spotty snow shower is possible, but mostly just cloudy and cold. Temperatures in the 20s all day long. We'll give a good 3 inches to Southampton, a little bit less for the Trenton area, but look to the south. The farther south you go, the heavier the potential snowfall. Could be 8 inches or more in a few neighborhoods in South Jersey for Cape May. Tomorrow, cold. It will stay frozen for Philadelphia suburbs, South Jersey up to 34. Not much melting potential for tomorrow, and then turning colder and still windy on Wednesday. We'll take a look at the snow totals you can expect in your neighborhood when I come back in a few minutes. Keith?
Thank you so much.
Live look right now, driving down the Jersey Shore here in Store Forest 10. We've got some of that snow falling right there on the Garden State Parkway. So just keep an eye out and slow it down, that's for sure. But everything is looking pretty clear at the moment here along 76 and City Avenue. But that is going to change very soon, guys.
All right, thanks for that, Matt. Let's give you a live look outside right now. Oh, boy, this is a live look at the conditions here. This is going south on Route 13, headed toward Dover. Delaware expected to get the most snow out of this major storm that is hitting our area, bearing down on the region as we speak. You can see that road doesn't look that great right now. Be careful out there if you do have to go out. If you can stay in, stay home. Watch us. We've got you covered. We'll be right back.
All right, taking a live look outside. This is how it looks in Philadelphia. City isn't expected to get as much snow as New Jersey and Delaware, but it is still prepared for the worst. NBC 10's Miguel Martinez Valle is live in Manayunk.
Driving is tricky there when it snows. We know the hills of Manayunk. I know you're still waiting for the snow. How's it going out there?
Yeah, driving's tricky year-round, but especially when snow hits the ground here. We are seeing the tiniest little baby snowflakes right now. Take a look right here. The snow is starting this Monday morning here, but preparations, those started on Friday. People going to nearby stores. This is what it looked like at Fairmount Hardware as shoppers were buying shovels, salt, and car scrapers, getting ready for this potential winter storm, getting all those winter essentials that people maybe misplaced from last year. We spoke to people saying that they were buying them. Some people planning to pay people to shovel their sidewalks today, other people planning to do it themselves. Either way, if you are not staying at home, if you're driving around today, especially driving around hills like what you see behind me here live in Manayunk, you want to make sure you are very, very slow. You give yourself plenty of distance from those cars in front of you, and that you aren't stopping or accelerating too quickly, because that can cause you to lose control of your car. Now, meanwhile, as the snow continues to fall out here, we know it's already impacted Philadelphia city offices closed today, and Philly public schools also closed because of the potential snowstorm. We'll keep you posted from here in Manayunk about what the snow looks like in the city. For now, I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
All right, it's a busy morning in the weather department here. The snow is already falling, and this is really just the beginning as it begins to move into our area.
Yeah, I mean, people will still be able to get around short term, but as we go through the morning, it will be piling up, especially south of Philadelphia. That's where I'm still expecting to see the most snow accumulation. But there's no neighborhood in our viewing area that will be without snow today. So stand by.
There you go.
If you missed using your snow blower or snow shovel, you'll get your chance today. And it's a good idea to move it because we've got some really cold air ahead too. So anything that falls today is not going to be melting going forward. Right now, if you're heading out, things are quiet in Camden. Got a live picture of you from the Adventure Aquarium, which shows Camden looking pretty quiet right now, but the snow just starting to move in. I think I could see a little bit blowing by. Winds are not all that strong, but we do have a first alert for the winter storm, which will be impacting our area through the day today and into tonight as well. Still on track for the heaviest snow destined for Delaware and New Jersey, followed by an Arctic blast of wind, which will lead to blowing snow tonight. It's all snow, so it's going to be light enough that it can blow around and that can lead to reduced visibility even after tonight the snow comes to an end. But this morning, it's just getting started. We saw it move into Delaware and South Jersey to begin with. We can see that very light snow shield is slowly moving to the north. Much of this is not even reaching the ground just yet. We've got some dry air in place from Philadelphia northward, so we're not seeing a lot of activity. We're seeing some snow coming down in King of Prussia, but nothing heavy yet. But it turns steadier in Wilmington and Woolwich, in Gloucester County, and it's reaching the shore, Atlantic City, and there's accumulation on the roads, not only for Cape May, but to the south. But look at the bands of heavier snow here. The system is moving almost due east, so those heavier bands will stay south of the city, so that's the greatest accumulation to the south in Delaware and South Jersey. This is the progress that it will make as we go through the morning. See that snow is spreading into those northern suburbs, but the pockets of heavier snow for Delaware and South Jersey, that's at 9 o'clock this morning. And though it's steady through much of the morning, by noontime we might see it become more spotty, some scattered snow showers. But this is still accumulating snow. Don't be looking for it to come to a complete end this afternoon. There's still a possibility of some scattered snow showers as we go into the evening hours. That's 7 o'clock this evening. So it's a system that's going to be with us through the day. Not much to the north, a whole lot to the south. And Philadelphia's in between. So Philadelphia immediate suburbs, a good 3 to 5 inches is looking likely. By tomorrow, we've got to deal with the wind. The wind will be steady at 24 miles an hour. So these are the feels like temperatures tomorrow afternoon, teens and low 20s. Blustery and cold weather that stays with us through Thursday. Then the winds back off on Friday. Friday, some sunshine. Saturday, a chance of another round of snow coming through before it's back to sunshine for Sunday. 6:25 right now. Matt DeLucia is watching the roads. It's going to get a little treacherous out there, Matt.
It is. And just a few moments ago here on the Route 30 bypass right by Route 100, we had a salt truck that was moving very slowly, causing a little bit of a backup there. We can already see some wet roads in that area as well. 76 here at South Street, not looking too bad just yet. Really haven't seen any of those flakes falling in this particular area to cause any problems. However, we will be expecting some of that wintry weather to be moving into the area very soon throughout the region here, if you haven't already seen it at this point here. 95 is looking pretty good at this point, 76 in the Blue Route as well, Keith.
Sounds good, Matt. Thank you. 6:25, let's take a look at Vineland, New Jersey. You see the snow that's down. You've seen plenty of cars out there. Brenna White has been live real close to that Wawa there. 29 degrees, so be careful with some icy roads as well. We've got the very latest on this winter storm where you live. We've got reporters spread out, live cameras throughout when we come back.
NBC10 News starts now.
The first major snowstorm of the season moving through our area. We've got crews in every single corner to show you conditions in your neighborhood, including down in Delaware where this live picture's from. Boy, it looks bad. Boy, I got to go back to that live picture we saw in Delaware. It looks like it's getting way worse.
Yeah, it looks pretty thick on the roadway.
Yeah. Looks like a snow globe out there.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
And we've definitely seen conditions deteriorate there.
And it's going to get worse before things get better. But we will see changes during the day today. Heading out the door right now, we've got snow to contend with. And if it's not falling in your neighborhoods to the north of Philadelphia, you're still waiting for the first snowflakes. Look to the south, and you can see what we're dealing with in Delaware and South Jersey. This is where the heaviest snow will fall during the day, and it's coming down and accumulating right now. So we saw that live picture of the roads. That's not going to change this morning, nor early this afternoon. This one is going to be lingering longer in Delaware and South Jersey than it will be in Philadelphia. Snow this morning tapers off to some scattered showers this afternoon. We're still waiting for snow in some neighborhoods and some of the western suburbs of Bucks County and into the Lehigh Valley, but you'll get it too. You'll just get less. There's dry air in place. The stronger, heavier snowfall totals will be in South Jersey and Delaware. And look at the shore. This is our live view from the Hard Rock. That snow is coming down. So I've issued a winter storm first alert for today and tonight for all neighborhoods, with the exception of Northampton County. Those northern neighborhoods are going to get so much less snow than the rest of us. It really didn't warrant a first alert. Accumulating snow for the suburbs, Berks County into Lehigh County, across New Jersey and Delaware too. The heaviest snow, as I mentioned, Delaware and New Jersey, making for hazardous travel during the day today and tonight. So the snow, though it tapers off this afternoon in the Lehigh Valley, suburbs in Philadelphia, it keeps going into the late afternoon, and still some spotty showers this evening for South Jersey, the shore, and Delaware too. I've just updated the snow total map, what I'm expecting now for our area, when I come back in just a few minutes. But first, let's get you out the door with what you need to know about the roads this morning. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Bill, and here's a live look from Storm Force 10 here in Cape May County, right around Route 9 here in the Rio Grande area. You can see it's already snow covered there, so drivers really have to take it slow around the Jersey Shore. There's already speed restrictions on the Garden State Parkway as well. 202 here, Route 29, so far looking pretty good at this point. I'm not seeing any snow covering at that area at this point. In South Jersey, we still are dealing with this crash and a fuel spill on Route 130 southbound between the Black Horse Pike and Crescent Drive, so that southbound area there is closed and detoured for the time being. Finally, a look at your drive times right now in Delaware, northbound on 95 between 295 and 495. It's a little bit slow, around 48 miles per hour, the average speed there, 14-minute trip at this point. Erin and Keith.
All right, thanks for that, Matt. Of course, we're going to check back in with you. Hey, people in Delaware expecting to see the most snow out of this system.
That's right. We saw that live picture of the roadways down there. It didn't look great. NBC10's Neil Fisher driving through Dover. Where does it look like now, and where exactly are you?
Good morning. We're on Route 1, which is one of the primary roads here in Delaware. We're just south of Dover, and the snow accumulation is starting to build up on the roads here on these primary roads. I-95, Route 1, Route 13 is one of the ones that we were just on and had pretty heavy accumulation. I just got off the phone with DelDOT. They say that some places have 4 inches of snow or more as of now, which is impacting the roads quite a bit. As you can see, travel starting to slow down too. Folks are going well below the posted speed limit signs. DelDOT says once they get these primary roads passable, that's the word they're using, passable, then they will move on to the secondary roadways. We've seen dozens of snowplows out here early this morning, but travel has definitely been impacted and folks are going much slower than they typically would be going. I talked to DelDOT earlier today and they said that the further you go south in the state, the more the roads are impacted, that's exactly what we've seen. As you can see, some folks have their hazards on early this morning with these impacted roads. Again, this is one of the primary roads, Route 1. This is where they've been focusing on. We've seen plows throughout the morning as well, and that's one thing DelDOT touched on, was that even if you're out here early this morning and you are going slow and you say, the roads have accumulation of snow, where are the plows? They are working. They have more than 300 vehicles and equipment to fight the snow, but the snow is coming down so fast right now, and it has been coming down for so long that they just can't keep up with it right now on these roads. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout the morning. One of the most significant changes that we've seen in the past 30 minutes, hour or so, is that you cannot see the travel lanes. You cannot see the traffic lanes at all. So cars are kind of mixed in between one another. Hopefully they stay in their lanes as we move forward. Again, people going very slow, which is a good sign early this morning. We'll continue to keep you updated as we head further south in Delaware. Reporting live just south of Dover, Neil Fisher, NBC10 News.
Stay in your lane.
And worth a reminder, if you don't have to be out there, don't get out there at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Neil, thank you so much. South Jersey, of course, going to be hit pretty hard, too.
NBC10's Brenna White live in Vineland. Brenna, conditions there going downhill as well.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, the last time we spoke, we talked about how things change really fast, and I'm here to report they do. The road's definitely not looking so great right now. We're definitely seeing more cars out here, but take a look behind me. You can see this is Delcy Drive, really busy road. The snow is sticking, really accumulating, kind of a slushy mess out here, so people are definitely having to take it a little bit slower out here. We're definitely seeing it accumulate a lot more, too. Probably about an inch of snow on the ground right now. I'm walking back so I can show you guys what the cars look like. These must be employees who are working at the Wawa because their cars have been out here all throughout the morning. And little plug for Jersey, since I'm a Jersey girl, you get to stay inside your car when you get gas here. The gas attendants are working really hard. This might be one of their cars, so I'll give them a little heads up on what they can expect later on today. You can see you're definitely going to need to do a little bit of work to clear off your cars. Maybe you want to pull up your windshields. I'm going to have to fix that person's windshield. Sorry about that. We'll fix it before we have them coming back out to their car, but you're going to want to make sure that you're prepared if you're headed out later on today. If you can, you want to stay off of the roads. New Jersey Department of Transportation has hundreds, thousands of snowplows out there ready to go. We've seen a lot of them coming here to get fueled up and get ready for their day. So I'm going to work on that person's windshield wiper. And for now, I'll send things back to you guys so you can talk more about what people can expect with the New Jersey Department of Transportation. Live in Vineland, Brenna White, NBC10 News.
It's an easy fix.
It's an easy fix.
It's an easy fix. You just pop it back on.
Yeah, that's right. You got to just slide it back in. But
oh, boy.
Causing property damage out there. Listen, there's still time. You got to get out of there now.
But no.
Do it and get out of there.
You need the scraper. We're not using our hands, Brenna.
They're not out. They're watching. They're out there.
Scraper thingy. Come on.
So that's good.
All right, we'll check back in.
I like that, Brenna.
That windshield wiper will be fixed. We want to stay in New Jersey. The roads are they're just not the place to be today.
That's right. We're joined now by Chris Feintel with the Department of Transportation in New Jersey. We just came off a shot there in Vineland. You see it coming down. How are you guys preparing?
We're doing well. I have mechanics in Vineland if we have to fix that windshield.
That's great. Yeah, if you could send up to that Vineland Wawa right there, that'd be wonderful.
Exactly. Credit would thank you for it.
Yeah. No, we've been out all night and we've been ready for this. The storm, I think, is moving maybe a little slower than we thought. So not ideal that the intensity is going to start to hit during the Monday morning rush hour. But we're certainly prepared for it. We've been in communication with our friends down in Maryland and Delaware, so we see what they're dealing with right now, and some of these bands are very significant, 2 to 3 inches already on the ground down in Delaware. So we're prepared for what looks like it's going to be an intense morning storm here for us, especially in South Jersey.
Yeah. How many trucks do you have out? How many people do you have working? And have you actually started to plow yet, or is this still a salting operation?
Still a spreading operation. We need to get about 2 inches of snow accumulated for the plows to be effective. You know, if you put it out there prematurely, that's where we can really start to create potholes and physically damage the roadway. So we want to be aware of that. It's like a fine line for us with that. Statewide, we have 3,400 trucks out and patrolling. Down in South regions specifically, it's about 1,500, and I have the ability to move more folks down if we need to. Kind of what we see is, really this is probably about a plowing event for about half of New Jersey, so I-95 down. And if we need to move some of our resources from the northern side down, we have the flexibility to do that.
That's great. All right, Chris Feintel with the New Jersey Department of Transportation. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for waking up with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you. Everybody be safe.
Thank you so much. You too.
Here we go. We got snow moving in. The steadier snow in Delaware and South Jersey will be reaching into the rest area as well. But you've already heard 3 to 4 inches on the ground for parts of Delaware, and it's coming down at Cape May, too. Even seeing snowflakes in Valley Forge and Wilmington. Still waiting for some snowflakes to show up at the link. But it is going to be coming through this morning. We do see some improvement for this afternoon. I'll get your first alert forecast just ahead.
And we also are seeing that snow falling here, 95 in Wilmington. Mass transit notes for you right now, some of the trolley lines, and they are operating on an operator shortage delay right now. And PATCO is also operating on a snow schedule today. We're going to take a look at the maps coming up in just a few minutes.
Oh, it's a big weather day.
Yep.
We got a lot of snow that's coming down in a lot of different areas right now. To our south of the city, Delaware, going to see the most, South Jersey, and then kind of tapering off.
That's right. In fact, the Delaware Department of Transportation said about 4 inches of snow had fallen in some parts of Delaware. That's right.
Already.
And we are just getting started. We're still waiting for the snow to come into Philadelphia, but we have a first alert that's for the winter storm that's going to be impacting our area all day today. Then a blast of Arctic cold will follow this storm, and we've got blowing snow ahead tonight, and so cold that anything left on the ground is going to be frozen and staying put. Steadiest snow has been to the south, but we're seeing it reach into the suburbs now. Chester County into Berks County, seeing some steadier snowfall reaching toward Philadelphia, and Delaware and South Jersey are going to get the most of this. We're seeing those darker bands in the Atlantic City area, Cape May to the south, including Kent and Sussex County. Sussex County wind up with more than the rest of us. Look at those bands of heavy snowfall. It's all coming from low pressure that is moving east, almost due east. So it's not going to be coming up the coast. This one passes to the south, so that keeps us into snow. This one, likely all snow for our area, and that in many ways is a good thing. It's easier to clear and not as slippery or treacherous as something that includes ice and sleet. But it's going to be snow, nonetheless. Those slippery conditions, low visibility at 10 o'clock this morning. Look at that snow coming down for the entire area. As we go into the afternoon hours, it becomes some spotty snow showers into the 3 o'clock hour for Philadelphia, with snow still possible this evening. There's still more on the way, and this will be accumulating, but it's just not going to be as much as we will see come through this morning and into early this afternoon. The least snowfall to the north, the most to the south. 8 to 12 inches for Sussex and into Kent, possibly parts of Cape May County as well. While it's 5 to 8 inches for Wilmington into South Jersey, Philadelphia and the immediate suburbs to the west and the east are looking at 3 to 5 inches of snow. Followed by that wind I mentioned. Well, that wind is going to be steady at 24 miles an hour with higher gusts that could be as high as 35 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. So that's going to make for a really cold, blustery day. This is tomorrow afternoon. It'll feel like teens and low 20s, but it will be dry once we get past the storm for today. But look at these temperatures at freezing or below for the next few days. The wind will make it feel colder, but it's cold enough that anything left on the ground is going to be staying put. It is not going to melt even on Friday, 36 degrees. That's not much melting potential. Then there is Saturday when another system there's a chance we'll see more snow moving through the area, and then it's moving out for Sunday. So the trend does have temperatures coming up a bit, but notice they're in the 30s for this entire trend. But once we get past today, it will be dry. The winter storm will be out of the picture for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, enough sunshine to warm to 36 degrees, but we're still getting those cold mornings. That continues over the weekend. That chance of snow I mentioned for Saturday should be done, so looking good for the Eagles. Just cold, another cold one at Lincoln Financial Field, and cold right on into next week. 6:49, Matt DeLucia has your traffic on a snowy morning. Hey, Matt.
Absolutely, Bill. And we are a little bit slow right now on the Route 30 bypass here, right by Route 113. A lot of this is due to the weather, of course, and also a live look right now at the Philadelphia International Airport. You can see some of that light snow falling there at the moment. And as we look at the arrival and departures, we're not seeing too much in the way of delays just yet. But again, as we get into the morning here and afternoon, that could certainly change. Let's go to the maps right now. We can see some of that snow here falling through parts of the area, but so far not seeing any big problems on 95 or the Pennsylvania Turnpike. South Jersey's also looking pretty good with the exception of Route 130 southbound. There's a crash and a fuel spill between the Black Horse Pike and Crescent Drive. So those southbound lanes are still closed and detoured at this point. Erin and Keith, back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
And we're tracking this winter storm. Philadelphia is prepared, even though the city will get less snow than New Jersey and Delaware, certainly.
Yeah, let's get right to NBC10's Miguel Martinez-Valle standing by live in Roxborough. What are you seeing right now, Miguel?
Yeah, we're in Manayunk right now, moving to Roxborough in just a few minutes, but we're seeing a little bit of snow falling right now. Nothing sticking to the ground just yet, and that is in great part because of some of the work we saw being done on the front end, salting of streets and sidewalks, trying to keep everybody safe. We do know that this snowstorm expected today is already having impacts in Philly, though. The Philadelphia School District announced schools will be closed because of the snow, and city offices will be closed as well right now as the snow is falling. Again, no accumulation on the ground, but we will be keeping you updated from Philly. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
Finally some snow in the city there. Thanks,
That's
Miguel.
right. Hey, much different situation, though, Bill, down in Delaware and South Jersey.
Yeah, no, it's coming down, and we're starting to see reach into Center City. That's a live view of City Hall. You can see a few snowflakes here. The camera is picking them up, and they are on the way to the ground, so we'll have some shoveling to do. Philadelphia International is reporting 26 degrees. The air has been very dry, and that's why these first few snowflakes have been taking their time moving in. A lot of them have evaporating before they hit the ground. Not so for South Jersey. Look at Cape May. That's Beach Avenue. It was snow covered at 4 o'clock this morning, and there's more on the way. Temperature 26 degrees. So we've got an event that is all snow. I don't expect to see any mixing. That's going to make it easier to clear, but there's going to be a lot more snow to clear in Delaware and South Jersey. This is where the heaviest snow is going to occur this morning and into early in the afternoon. But Philadelphia will get accumulating snow through the noontime hour. It tapers off during the afternoon. 2 o'clock, the last few snowflakes are coming through, and then a spotty snow shower is possible for the rest of the day. But those snow showers will linger into this evening for South Jersey, the shore, and Delaware, too. And that's going to result in some heavy snow to the south. While it's just a dusting to the north, 1 to 3 for Allentown, the Lehigh Valley and suburbs, and 3 to 5 for Philadelphia. 6:59, it is Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center.
Good morning, Bill. And yes, we do have some traffic going on out there, and Storm Force 10 has been out. Come on and join me over here as we can show you the traffic here. We got some snow-covered roadways here. So this is Delsea Drive, and Storm Force 10 has been out there in South Jersey. We've seen a lot of the snow-covered roadways in South Jersey and Delaware. 95 at Academy, though, looking pretty good so far at this point. As we look at the maps, we are seeing just some of that snowfall in the area here, but we're going to be keeping our eye on this situation throughout the morning here. Just be careful because we do expect some weather-related crashes out there throughout the day.
It's a great heads up.
You've got to take your time if you have to be on the roads. If you don't, stay home.
Exactly. Thank you so much for watching us here on NBC 10 News today.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Good Monday morning. I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm Erin Coleman, 726 right now. Ooh, we are tracking the winter storm that'll be with us throughout the day. Yeah, just take a look behind us. Can't see much. Let's get your most accurate neighborhood weather with First Alert meteorologist Bill Henley. And you can see, Bill, my goodness, look at the roads out there.
Doesn't look great, does it? No, that's what you're going to see to the south. A steadier snow, the heaviest snowfall during the day in Delaware and South Jersey, but it's reaching to the north, so everybody gets snow, including Philadelphia. You can see it dusting right on the center median. That's a live view from the Kimmel Center, 25 at Philadelphia International. Nothing heavy just yet, but it will turn steadier in Philadelphia. Not looking for a lot of accumulation in Philadelphia. 3 to 5 inches is possible. Heavier snow will stay to the north. The tapers off during the afternoon. The evening commute, we'll see a few spotty light showers, and the showers could continue. The accumulating snow in South Jersey shore and Delaware too into tonight. First Alert traffic coming up after the break.
Ooh, the roads are getting tricky depending on where you are. Let's check in with Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center.
And for much of the morning, we've seen a lot of that snow falling in South Jersey and Delaware. Now we're starting to see it here in the city. 95 at Cottman. Lighter traffic than usual because a lot of people do have the day off, so it's definitely a good idea to stay off the road if you can. Live look right now, Route 30 bypass of Route 100 there in Chester County. Not looking too bad. Again, a little bit snow covered, but a lot of the PennDOT crews have already pre-treated these roads, so that is good. Nothing plowable just yet. Route 130 southbound between the Black Horse Pike and Crescent Drive. It is closed and detoured because of a crash and fuel spill. And 76 eastbound just a little bit slow at this point, Keith.
All right, Matt, thanks. Amtrak already canceling some of its service along the Northeast Corridor. Several Acela, Northeast Regional, and Carolinian trains will not be operational today. These are trains that have stops in places like Boston, New York, and Washington, D.C. Make sure you check a train status on Amtrak's website before heading out.
Same goes for planes. Live look at PHL, Philly International. More than 50 flights in and out have been canceled so far. 22 delays. Make sure you check your flight before you leave.
Be back in half an hour. Be safe.
NBC10 News starts now.
Good Monday morning. I'm NBC10's Keith Jones.
And I'm Erin Coleman. 7:56 right now. Oh, we got a lot going on.
Yes, we
Snow
do.
in the area, moving through the area. We are tracking that winter storm that's going to be with us throughout the day. Let's get right on over to meteorologist Bill Henley, who told us this was coming.
It's right on schedule with snow falling in Philadelphia. That's the river in Cape May has been seeing snow covering Beach Avenue since early this morning at 4 o'clock. And the snow falling in Wilmington and Valley Forge. Our Valley Forge tourism camera. What a snowy scene. Snow will be steady and heavy at times in Delaware and South Jersey. Lighter snowfall for the north, but we will have shoveling to do. It's why we've issued a first alert for today and tonight. All neighborhoods except Northampton County, which will just get some light stuff this afternoon. Accumulating snow for the rest of us, the heavier snowfall in Delaware and New Jersey. Hour-by-hour forecast shows it tapers off for Philadelphia during the afternoon, but clouds will hang in there and the temperatures stay below freezing. So snow is with us today, and we've got some shoveling to do as the day goes on. You might want to hit the job for South Jersey, the shore, and Delaware, too.
And I'm NBC10 First Alert Traffic Reporter Matt DeLucia taking a live look right now at the Girard Point Bridge. You can barely see it here because of that snow falling right now. Traffic moving a little bit slow in this area. We are starting to see some weather-related crashes. Route 130 southbound. This was before the snow came into the area between the Black Horse Pike and Crescent Drive. There was a fuel spill involved with that. Now over on 422, we have the westbound lanes here dealing with a crash at Township Line Road. Finally, a look at your drive times down South Jersey here. The Jersey Shore westbound on the AC Expressway between the Garden State Parkway and 42. Will take about 44 minutes, Keith.
All right, Matt, thanks. Philadelphia Public Schools are closed today. Parochial schools, they are using a flex day with learning done at home. Dozens of other major districts, including Lower Merion, Central Bucks, North Penn, and Chester Upland are also closed or virtual. We've got a full list of every school closure on our website at free NBC10 app.
You can get the latest news and weather on that app. I'm Erin Coleman.
And I'm Keith Jones. Back to today.
NBC10 News starts now.
Good Monday morning. I'm NBC10's Keith Jones.
And I'm Erin Coleman. It's 8:26 right now. And boy, take a look behind us. A snowy Broad Street in many areas looking like this and worse. We're tracking the winter storm that's dumping snow across much of the area. Let's get right to meteorologist Bill Henley.
Yeah, the worst is to the south where there's steadier, heavier snowfall, and there is more ahead. This is an all-day event. The steadiest, heaviest snow is going to be this morning into this afternoon for Delaware and South Jersey, but it's reaching to the north, and that's where the amounts will be lighter. We're already seeing some impressive snow totals coming in for Delaware. This is Wilmington, about an inch per last report in Wilmington, but Seaford already has 6 inches on the ground. Georgetown in southern Delaware has 5 inches on the ground, and Milford at 4 inches. Snow is still falling and will continue right on through this afternoon and this evening. All right, Erin, back to you.
All right, thanks for that. Matt DeLucia standing by in the First Alert Traffic Center. It's getting kind of messy out there.
Yeah, you can see Broad Street right here in Center City already very messy and snow covered at the moment. And as we look at the maps, a little bit slow on 95 southbound. An earlier crash, 95 southbound right by the airport, cleared out a few minutes ago, so that's good news. In South Jersey, 130 southbound at the Black Horse Pike, we have the 2 right lanes closed because of a crash there. Erin and Keith?
All right, thanks for that, Matt. Hey, remember, you can get the latest news and weather on the free NBC10 app. I'm Erin Coleman.
And I'm Keith Jones. Today's show continues in just a moment. We'll leave you with some live pictures outside, including JFK down there in Center City, Philadelphia. Have a great morning.
NBC10 News starts now.
Good morning. I'm NBC10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC10's Erin Coleman. 8:56 right now, and we continue to track this winter storm that is dumping snow across much of our area. Let's get right to meteorologist Bill Henley. Bill, it is moving on through.
Yeah, we have a winter storm. Clearly, that's snow from the Lehigh Valley through southern Delaware. You don't see this typically in our area, but it's cold enough that this is all snow, and that's where we're seeing heavier accumulations. Delaware and South Jersey already 4 inches on the ground on Cape May. While we are seeing lighter accumulation in Philadelphia, it's still coming down and will be for through the morning into the afternoon. It's even reaching into the Lehigh Valley this morning. So get ready for a snowy day today. The snow will continue through the noontime hour, 28 degrees. We'll see temperatures come up a little bit, but they stay below freezing. So anything that falls this morning and early this afternoon in Philadelphia will be staying put overnight tonight. The heavier snowfall, as expected, coming down at South Jersey at the shore and Delaware, too.
All right. Thanks for that, Bill. Let's send it over to Matt DeLucia, standing by in the First Alert Traffic Center.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And Route 1 northbound here in Bucks County, Oxford Valley Road, we have a car that is off to the side of the road right here, and police are on the scene. Only that left lane getting by at this point. As we look at the maps, we do have some weather-related incidents out there, but we're also seeing a lot of drivers going extra slow, which is good news there. And City Avenue at Wynwood Road, there is a crash there as well. Erin, back over to you.
All right. Thanks for that, Matt. Let's give you a live look at Philadelphia International Airport. Right now, about 62 flights in and out of PHL have been canceled. There are about 29 delays, so make sure you check on your flights if you have planned travel today. That is a must. Remember, you can get the latest news and weather on the free NBC10 app. I'm Erin Coleman.
And I'm Keith Jones. Have a great morning.
NBC10 News starts now.
Right now on NBC10 News at 11, snow is piling up all across our area. Look at conditions right now in Cape May where snow first started falling hours before daybreak. And check out this snow in Center City. That's at City Hall right now. You can barely see anything. All city public schools are closed, but parochial schools are using a flex day where students can learn from at home. And no matter where you live in our area, take your time if you are headed out. Go slowly, give yourself and other drivers room, and stay home if you can. Many roads are at least partially snow-covered and slick. Good morning, I'm NBC10's Johnny Archer. We have a team of reporters and photographers hunkered down all across our area in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and in Delaware. And here's a live look at conditions in Center City right now. You can see there are some snow. There's some snow on the sidewalks right there, but the streets, for the most part, are passable. NBC10 First Alert meteorologist James Gregorio is here with our most accurate forecast. James.
Yeah, snow coming down pretty good, Johnny. We were just talking about it now in the city. It's finally starting to ramp up a little bit here as well. Radar picture this morning showing that band of snow. It has been heaviest over South Jersey and Delaware, where we have snowfall amounts thus far in Delaware. Closer to 8 inches, 8.5 in many locations. So again, snowing heavily in Delaware, and that snow continues to zip across the Delaware Valley. So again, South Jersey and Delaware, the likely spots where we're going to see some of the higher totals. Millville, one of those areas as well. Radar shot through Central Jersey, a little spotty-er as you head north of the city, where that snow isn't quite as steady and heavy. Down the Jersey Shore, you know, we talked about at the top of the show here. Cape May snowing heavily, Blue Rocks and Wilmington heavily, and the visibilities are terrible. So it's not just off of 1 or 2 cameras here in the city. The visibility is awful. So if you're going to be out, please drive carefully, or even better yet, stay off the roads here. No school for the city kids here. But again, just be mindful of that. All right, as we move into South Jersey, snowfall forecast still pretty much spot on here. We're looking at what will likely be 5 to 8. But yeah, are there going to be some areas 8 to 12 further southward? Absolutely. And we're starting to see some of those higher ranges verify. As you head further northward, much less here. This has never been a storm for North Jersey. This has never been a storm for the Poconos, or to some extent even the Lehigh Valley. You get north of 195 and it's just more of a very nuisance type event. So we have issued a first alert for today into tonight. All neighborhoods really except Northampton County accumulating snow, heavy snow. And unlike a lot of the states around us, this is pretty much a pure play snow event. That's not the case as you head further west, as this storm has traversed eastward through the upper Midwest and towards the Pennsylvania area. We'll talk more about it coming up. We'll get a look at some of those snowfall totals, the advisories, the warnings, the whole kit and caboodle. It's a snow day, Johnny.
It certainly is. All right, James, thank you. Let's head outside to NBC10's Miguel Martinez. Bye. Oh, I can hear the kids in the background there. Miguel's with all the kids in the background.
We just got ran over.
You got to watch out, Miguel. You are in the...
we're in the hot zone right now. Take a look, Johnny.
Be careful. Be careful.
We're in the hot zone. We really are. But this is the place to be. This is Gorga Park in Roxborough, and it really is the place to be. I have some friends up there who said they were going to race. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You can see they're really taking full advantage of the snow day out here today. It's getting fast. I mean, this is extreme winter sports out here. What's your favorite part about snow days, buddy?
My slide.
Your sled? Do you love doing this? I mean, were you excited? Was this the plan when you found out it was going to snow today?
Yeah, this is my sled. I named it Red Flash when I was 3, and I've had it for a long time, and I've always loved sledding in the snow.
Well, it's a great day for you, buddy, and Red Flash out here just so you can see the ride that we're dealing with. But this is what it's looking like in Roxborough. We did start the morning over in Manayunk as people were getting ready for this winter event. People salting sidewalks and roadways, making sure that they were nice and ready for their neighbors so that nobody was slipping. That is one of the biggest concerns with an event like this is obviously slippery road conditions. AAA recommending people to take their time. Do not drive if you don't have to, but if you are going to drive, to just go ahead and make sure there's a lot of following distance between you and the car in front of you, and also to avoid any sudden braking or sudden acceleration, because that's how you lose control of your cars. We did speak to people who said they weren't going to be driving today, but they were also going to stick with their chores, including New Year's resolutions, going out to their workout classes. Here's what they had to say this morning.
We're local, so we're able to just walk, so we don't have to move our cars, and it doesn't stop us. So
I mean, we got the road to ourselves. It's nice. It's not too cold when you're wearing the right layers, and I just enjoy being out here.
Yeah, I can tell you a different kind of workout and people enjoying being out here. The sledding happening behind me. So this is going to be happening, I'm sure, all day. It is the place to be in Roxborough. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC10 News.
You just got to stay out of the path of those kids on the sled there, because got to watch out for those guys, too. All right, Miguel,
it can be dangerous, yeah.
It can be dangerous. All right, be careful out there. Thank you, Miguel. And parts of the Jersey Shore are on track to see some of the most snow in our area. Check out this video taken this morning. This is snow in Margate, Atlantic County, and you can see the roads are still covered there right now. And our live team coverage continues with NBC10's Brenna White. She is live in Vineland. No kids sledding behind you, Brenna.
Darn, I didn't get the fun assignment. I'm at a busy intersection, but it's not busy with sledding kids. That sounds like a lot of fun. We're at an intersection. This is Delsea Drive in Vineland, which is a really busy road. And the good news is the road is looking much clearer than it was a couple of hours ago, Johnny. Take a look. We've been out here all morning, and as the snow started to fall, it was really getting messy on the road there. But thankfully, snow plows have come through, and you can see it's nice and clear, at least on this busy road. The back roads I can't speak to, but look at this, the driveway of this Wawa, really slushy. That snow's starting to accumulate there, and people are just driving carefully as they turn into the parking lot, which I can tell you the parking lot is quite a mess here. It's difficult to even walk through. I was slipping and sliding as I was walking into the Wawa. New Jersey Department of Transportation just wants you to take it easy, as all officials throughout our region are telling people, keep away from those plows. You can see a plow in the distance there. It looks like trying to scoop the snow out of that parking lot. There were supposed to be 3,400 crews on standby as of 10 p.m. last night, ready to go throughout the day on shifts so that they could make sure these roads stay safe as the snow continues to fall. We are seeing people who looks like they have cleared off their cars completely, which is always good news. We've seen a lot of people who seem to be on their way to work, a lot of plows, post office workers. Somebody doing donuts there in the parking lot. That is not a smart decision at all. You do not want to be doing that. If you're headed out to work, make sure that you are safe. You're driving slowly, not like that person. We are going to send it back to you. Vineland, Brenna White, NBC10 News.
Yeah, not a smart idea to do donuts out there in these type of conditions. All right, Brenna
What not
White,
to do.
Yeah, what not to do, exactly. Brenna, thank you. Let's check on the roads and go over to NBC10's Neil Fisher. He has been driving on the roads all over Delaware. They've been seeing a lot of snowfall down there. What do you see, Neil?
Good morning, Johnny. Conditions started deteriorating quickly in southern Delaware. We're outside Smyrna right now, about 4 miles south of Smyrna. And it's the first time that we've actually seen slush this morning. So road crews are out there. They're doing the best that they can. But folks are not heeding the warnings from officials. There have been multiple crashes that we've seen, and we just passed as we went through Dover an overturned truck that was on the side of the road that emergency first responders were at the scene of trying to assist them. So be aware when you go outside, the conditions are not great for driving. DelDOT focused on the primary routes, including I-95, Route 1, which we're on right now, Route 13, and Route 113. All of them have snow on the roads, but plows have been in service plowing snow for about 6 hours now, and they're going to be out there for a while treating these roads. We spoke with DelDOT this morning about how long they'll plan to be out.
It's really just going to be a continuous effort, given that this is projected to be a day-long storm. And even into Tuesday morning, we are certainly, not expecting to be out of the woods because, again, the temperatures won't be coming up. And our concern really is going to be drifting snow. So we're going to have our operators, really out maintaining our roads, over the next 48 hours at a minimum.
And DelDOT has more than 300 vehicles and snow equipment that they're using today and, of course, over the next 48 hours to treat this snow and to provide good, passable conditions for drivers if you need to head out. Johnny?
All right, Neil Fisher live for us in Delaware. Certainly need to take your time and be careful on those slick roads. All right, Neil, thank you. And here's a live look at Philadelphia International Airport. You can see the visibility is very low, and they're dealing with their situations right now. According to FlightAware, right now there's about 62 flights in and out of Philadelphia that have been canceled, and right now there are 129 delays at the airport, so be sure to check on your flight if you plan to fly today. Up next, our live team coverage continues with First Alert Traffic and Matt DeLucia. Matt?
Yeah, and Johnny, we still have this crash here on 202 northbound here right by Route 29, causing some problems there. And as we look at the maps, yeah, we still have snow falling there and slow driving conditions. We'll take another look at this coming up. James?
Thank you. Terrible conditions outside. Snow coming down here. Visibility. It looks terrible, but the snow is going to pile up. We'll talk more about it on the other side of the break.
All right, our weather coverage continues, and we know the roads are seeing some issues. Let's toss things over to Matt DeLucia in the First Alert Traffic Center.
Yeah, and Johnny, just within the past few minutes here, we had this crash over here, 202 northbound on Route 29. There goes the tow truck right now. So now all lanes are back open. The only problem is we still have some of that residual snow out there that has to be plowed out of the way. But other than that, things are now finally clear there on 202. 95 here looking pretty clear here at Coleman as well. Not seeing too many cars out on the roads because a lot of people do have the day off from work or school. As we look at the maps right now, everywhere else is just kind of seeing some slow traffic flows, people going at reduced speeds here. You can see on the Pennsylvania Turnpike eastbound right around Abington toward Route 1 is a little bit slow as well. Down in Dennis Township, we have an overturned tractor trailer on Delsey Drive between Petersburg Road and Route 83. So Delsey Drive is shut down in both directions because of that cleanup operation. Also, the westbound Market Frankfurt line seeing some delays right now because of a medical emergency at one of the stations. And finally, a look at your drive times right now on 76. Again, a little bit slow eastbound between 476 and the Vine. The Blue Route a little bit slow as well, but 95 southbound really not looking too bad. Even though the speeds are in the 40s and 50s between Woodhaven and Vine, that'll take about 16 minutes at this point. Johnny, for now, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, thank you, Matt. And the Jersey Shore is expected to see some of the heaviest snow in our area. Let's toss things over to NBC10 Jersey Shore Bureau reporter Ted Greenberg, who is live in Cape May. How are things looking down at the shore, Ted?
Very, very white, Johnny. I mean, Cape May is always picturesque, right? This is the Washington Street Mall. Normally in the summer, even other parts of the year, this would be very, very crowded. But you can see right now, lots and lots of snow, a beautiful scene. And we've already had several inches of snow fall here in Cape May so far. And we are expecting several more inches, as you've been hearing, all the way down here at the southern tip of New Jersey. This is where we are expecting to potentially see the most snow. This is Ocean Street over here. It is slow going here. And let's take a look at some video that I shot earlier this morning in Wildwood, coming down from Atlantic County to Cape May. And you can see lots of snow out there, several inches on the ground. By about an hour or so ago, people out there taking photos at the iconic Wildwood sign at the end of Rio Grande Avenue. And along the Garden State Parkway, I've got to tell you, slow going there as well. The entrance and exit ramps, really tough going. I had some spinning tires there, and as you're about to hear, traveling on the parkway this morning has not been fun at all.
It's awful. If I could give anybody advice, stay off the road today. Please don't go out there. Not if you don't have to, just stay home.
Sounds like some very good advice. Again, here at the shore, if you don't have to go out, stay inside. Here in Cape May, they have extra firefighters coming on duty tonight to make sure they're prepared for whatever snow has fallen by then and any potential problems that come along with it. Live in Cape May, I'm Ted Greenberg, NBC10 News.
We know Cape May is forecasted to get at least 8 inches of snow by the time this is all said and done. All right, Ted, thank you for that report. Winter weather is causing dozens of flights to be canceled and delayed in and out of Philadelphia International Airport. Right now, we're joined by Philadelphia Department of Aviation Public Affairs Manager Heather Redfern. Heather, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Heather, we talked about some flight cancellations and some delays. Tell us how the operation is looking right now.
So we're still seeing the same amount of cancellations that we did earlier this morning, and it's still impacting flights coming from the Midwest and anything south where they've really gotten the brunt of the storm today. We're still getting flights out. Our crews are out clearing the runways, keeping us open. We've been de-icing for a while, but definitely seeing that impact of the storm south of here impacting our flights at PHL.
And right now we're looking at some of the plows, video that you posted on your X account, and you can see all those plows trying to clear the runways. Talk about that operation and how much of an operation that is to clear the runways.
You know, those guys in our operations team, they start training for that in the fall, just to make sure they're ready to go for such an instance like this. And they work in concert together to make sure those runways are clear. So they'll close one runway, get it clear, and then they'll go back and do the other if they need to. But they wait until there's enough accumulation, and then they get it clear and go back again. It's amazing to see that happen, but that's why we're able to stay open.
All right, Heather Redfern with the Philadelphia International Airport. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, now let's get a check on our first alert forecast with NBC10 meteorologist James Gregorio. James, what's the latest?
Johnny, snow's still coming down here. Snow day, as you know. The kids are going to enjoy it today, but you got to be safe and you got to be smart. We haven't seen a decent snow in a while here in the Delaware Valley and in the city, so please be careful here. But if you can enjoy it a little bit, I think it brings out the kid in all of us. That is certainly good news. But here is the heaviest band of snow moving over Delaware, moving over the Delaware Bay into South Jersey, into Gloucester, Salem counties, in towards Cape May County as well. As you head further northward, the snow finally moving north of 195. So a little more snow as you move up towards North Jersey as well. But this is not a snowstorm for North Jersey nor the Lehigh Valley or the Poconos. You know, that cutoff is really 195. You get south of there, Monmouth and Mercer County in Jersey weren't even really in the advisory. It's Ocean County and points to the south. And then you have the winter storm warning in the counties that Governor Murphy in Jersey put under the state of emergency. So from there all the way into Delaware, you could see the heavier bands of snow really kind of setting up. But interestingly, you have that rain-snow line trying to creep further northward. So we're going to watch that. We'll see if it makes any inroads. It's certainly cold enough. Temperatures have been running in the mid-20s. Visibility at times greatly reduced. It's a little bit better now in Philly, down the Jersey Shore. Still snowing pretty good here. Wilmington as well as we head towards our Valley Forge tourism camera. At least the roads there in King of Prussia actually look okay, but slow it down. Give yourself some extra time. Let's check on some of those snow reports so far. And keep in mind, this is a fluid thing here. We're going to keep adding to these reports and eventually have a final total. So these are not final numbers. Millville at 8.2 inches, Bridgeville at about 8. Milton at 7 and Georgetown at about 5. And we're going to continue to tack on. We head into Jersey, particularly South Jersey. Lower Township about 5, Cape May at about 4. And we're going to see that number certainly go up, especially with those deeper, darker bands moving over South Jersey. You could see that swath of the warnings in place that extend well back out to the west here. And this hasn't been a pure play snowstorm for the many states out to the west on the approach. Thankfully for us, it really has. And that had precluded any ice accretion or, significant icing, which, that's a good thing. All right, well, to the south, pretty convective. There's some storms there with that as well. Let's zoom it on in. And we're talking about, again, dry slot here. The back edge, not too far away. So this is not going to snow heavily for hours. We're going to start to see it really kind of wind down. Current temperatures for the most part in the 20s. It's cold. Justin was talking about the cold, blowing, drifting snow. So that has been certainly in play as well. We'll talk more about it, and we'll certainly have another update. We've got continuing team coverage for you all day long here on NBC10, Johnny.
Yeah, a lot to cover. All right, James, thank you. And people are out shoveling their sidewalks. Check out this guy in Drexel Hill, Delaware County, scooping up the first inch or so of snow. More live team coverage is coming up next. Our weather coverage continues. Not everyone is able to stay home today. For those who have to be out and about, SEPTA buses are running, and this is video of people out in the snow at 69th Street in Upper Darby. Now let's head to Montgomery County, where we find NBC10's Deanna Durante live in Flourtown. Deanna, how are the conditions there?
When you take a look at Bethlehem Pike here, you can see the work that Springfield Township crews have been doing. We've seen the salt trucks pass by a couple of times in the last several hours. You also can see people are deciding to head out, hit the roads, not as much as a normal weekday travel here. That's because most people working from home, schools are closed, and that's the way road crews like it. Take a look at video shot very early this morning in Westchester, Chester County. Public Works crews there getting ready for the snow even before it started falling. Crews there were loading up salt trucks, attaching plows at about 2 a.m. We're told that in Chester County, specifically Westchester, the main roads are still being cleared. Those side and residential streets are snow covered. It is best to avoid them now so that crews can get this work done. We can tell you not a ton of snow. You can see areas that haven't been touched by, shovelers, people coming by. But when you look at some of the parking lots, we're told by people who are in the business of clearing the snow, it has been an all-morning event. Here, let me walk over and show you here. It's a grocery store parking lot. Crews have been out here since about 5 a.m. They start at one area, they clear it, and then they come back because it has been just that annoying, slow, steady snow. Now, one request from the road crews that are out there. We know a lot of people have not seen snow in a while, so they are itching to get those snow blowers out there. And they're not saying don't use them. They're just requesting when you're blowing the snow off the sidewalks and your driveways, not to put it back into the street, because those crews, again, have been out since midnight, 2 a.m., and they'd like to get home at some point. That's the very latest reporting live in Springfield Township, Montgomery County. Deanna Durante, NBC10 News.
Yeah, those crews have been working hard to clear the roads. Deanna, thank you. But those snow blowers are out, and as we see from this next video here, people are trying to clear the sidewalks there and the driveways. We found this man hard at work in Warrenton, Bucks County. Our live team coverage continues right after the break. All right, today is a kid's dream for sure. Here's a live look at kids tackling a sledding hill in Springfield, Delaware County. NBC10 photojournalist Dan Lee getting these images, and you can hear all the kids having a good time there. I remember those good old days. Head off from school, sledding down
and
sledding down the hill.
There was no remote learning.
That's
so when
right.
we were off,
you were off, and you were sledding.
We were
sledding. Out there.
I want to
That's
see
right.
that. Hopefully, we get enough snow to cover the top of the grass, so these kids can really get going pretty good. So, and nowadays maybe they're a little more enlightened. Maybe they have a helmet on, something like that. On the bigger hills. We didn't have that when we were kids. All right, Johnny. Yeah, no doubt. So love to see the kids having fun here. That's what it's about. But please be careful, be safe. If you don't need to be on the roads today, don't do it. Just stay home. Let the roads clear. The storm clear and let the road crews do their jobs. All right, so back outside, the visibility has certainly gotten a little bit better here, a little bit better. At least you can make out the skyline. That heavy snow still confined down into South Jersey, a little further to the south as well as you move in towards Delaware, Maryland. That's going to be the jackpot area. This is a big event here for South Jersey, also for Baltimore, also for D.C. here and into Northern Virginia as well. So one of the bigger events that they've seen. We are seeing some dry air trying to work its way into central Jersey. Out to the west, you can see this good-looking dry slot here. That means no snow for a little period of time, and this back edge will likely drift off to the north and east. All right, Philly, looking okay. Obviously, the snow is coming down. It looks festive. It looks beautiful, but please be careful if you're going to be outside, especially down the Jersey Shore, where that roadway there, it does not look good. It looks pretty impassable, so stay off the roads. Blue Rock's looking good in Wilmington, and now that snow is ticking up here in King of Prussia off the Valley Forge tourism camera. All right, so Delaware snow report so far. Georgetown at about 8.5 inches. Bridgeville at about 8. Again, so that total has come up a little bit as well. Another vantage point here as we move into South Jersey. Lower Township leading the charge at about 5. Cape May at about 4. And keep in mind, this is a fluid situation. We're going to continue to tack on and add to these as the event continues to unfold. But it is rapidly unfolding. There's not a whole heck of a lot left to this. We're not going to see this be prolonged and go on for hours and hours. We may see some snow try to re-enter the picture with a second phase that may try to get going later on. But for the most part, we're really in the crux of things, and perhaps another hour or two left on over as it continues sweeping on through. And that band extends further southward. Notice where that rain snow line is here as we move in towards portions of, further south of Delaware. We move into Virginia, eastern shore of Virginia. So that's all rain to the south. This is snow to the north, and it is continuing, no doubt here. But that dry slot in the middle, there's not a heck of a lot left out here. So we get this through. We get a break in the action. I think this is early this afternoon. We might get a little more to reemerge and recharge, but that's about it. Temperatures for the most part hovering in the 20s. Philly at 27, Mount Holly at 26, Mount Pocono at 22. Very uniform, and that's usually the case when you have this much moisture and this much cloud coverage happening. Winds are ramped up, as we've been talking about. It's going to get cold around here, especially with that fresh snowpack in place. So just be mindful of this and those colder temperatures, those frigid temperatures heading our way. Let's get a quick look at your exclusive 10-day on 10 here. And we're talking about windy, frigid conditions here as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, and then into the weekend it warms up a little bit here. The winds drop out and sunshine here for the birds, and 38 degrees on Sunday as well. So stay warm, stay dry, have some fun, and stay off the roads today. Just enjoy it.
All right, James, thank you. And we activated our Storm Ranger live radar for this winter storm. NBC10 First Alert meteorologist Justin Godynick is out live in Glassboro, Gloucester County. Justin, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Johnny, it's pretty light snow here, but using the Storm Ranger's X-band radar, I'm picking up some really heavy snow as you work down into parts of Cumberland County right now. Over towards Commercial Township, Laurel Lake, right back over to Cedarville. That is a pretty good shot of snowfall. Morris River getting some decent snowfall, and that was as we expected. Now, Storm Ranger right here is shooting out an X-band beam of radar, 60-mile radius. Gives us that hyper-local viewpoint that you're not going to get when you use, let's say, Fort Dix or Dover Air Force Base. So we're able to see right in this little corner here of southwest Jersey where some of the strongest and heaviest bands are coming down. Still decent snowfall where we are right now in the Glassboro area. As of last check, it's a little bit over an inch right now. What you're getting with this type of snowfall, too, is what we call great ratios, meaning that because it's 25 degrees, every inch of water in the atmosphere is going to give you more than 10 inches of snow as a ratio. I'm not saying we're getting 10 inches of snow here, but my point is, even if we get 1/10 of an inch of snow, that gives us an easy inch, and we have that on the ground right now. So I expect we get at least another 2 inches on top of what we're seeing. 3 inches should just about do it for this corner here of Gloucester County. And as you work a little farther south, though, into Cape May County, particularly down towards Cape May Point, they have been hammered all day long. Storm Ranger radar is picking that up really well right now, and I'm seeing some moderate to heavy snow there. You work into parts of Kent County, Delaware. It's a good clip of snow coming through, and that's why we're getting totals like James was mentioning, over 8 inches already. Still more to come, not a lot more, but enough where we could get an inch or two more on top of that, and a couple spots may even come close to a foot in parts of Delaware. So, Johnny, This is heaven for me. I'm loving it out
I know,
here. Nice
you
light
love the
snowfall.
snow,
Got the Storm
Justin.
Ranger behind me. It doesn't get
You're
any
having a
better,
blast
man.
out there.
I'll send
That's
it back
right.
into you.
All right, Justin, thank you. Let's check on conditions in Cumberland County. We're going to go about 40 minutes south of where Justin was. The NBC10's Yukari Nakayama live in Bridgeton. How's it looking over there, Yukari?
Hey, Johnny, I'm here on Landis and Cornwall where it's looking like a snow globe. Snow has been consistently coming down since we got here this morning. Now, here in Cumberland County, we're expecting about 6 to 8 inches of snow. So far, we've seen about 3 to 4 inches. Some schools in the district have been closed because of the snow. And in terms of road conditions, right now, the main roads are looking a little bit safer to be on. The smaller roads are a bit more dangerous to be on. You can see it's slushy, it could be slippery. So my advice, if you don't have to be on the roads today, stay at home, enjoy the snow day. If you do have to be on the roads, then just drive safely and just be very cognizant of what's around you. But right now, again, we have seen crews cleaning up the roads and whatnot. But again, it's still a little bit slushy and slippery as the snow continues to come down. But again, we will be monitoring these conditions throughout the day. But for now, we'll just send it back to you. But again, we'll keep you posted about all this snow and the inches of snow that here in Bridgeton and Cumberland County will be getting.
All right, Yukari, thank you. We know you will keep us posted. Appreciate that report down there. And the winter weather, it's impacting the roads and also public transportation. Let's find out how it is affecting public transportation. We're joined now by Andrew Bush, the Director of Media Relations for SEPTA. Andrew, thanks for joining us.
You got it, Johnny. Good to be with you.
How is the snow impacting SEPTA operations right now?
Yeah, so far, just slow going. You know, we're operating all services as normal. Some bus detours. We're just trying to urge customers that do have to travel today to allow some extra time. But all services are running. We're keeping things clear. We're monitoring the road conditions. So cancellations and further detours are possible, but it's been a relatively smooth morning so far.
So there are possibly some delays with buses and whatnot, and perhaps, I'm assuming not the subway system, but buses in particular.
That's right. Yeah, so that's a good point. The subway, the Broad Street subway, and the Market Pranker line, those are real workhorses during these extreme weather events. Those are the least impacted. Those are great options. Buses are subject to the conditions of the road, so we have supervisors out there. We have our bus operators reporting back on conditions, and we'll make adjustments as needed if we're heading into some icy situations. We want to make sure that we're maintaining safe travel. So those adjustments are possible as we go through the day.
And then just one last question. Your SEPTA Access, which is once known as CCT Connect, how is that operation?
Yeah, so that's operating as normal. Again, some delays just because it's a little slower going today, but it is operating for everyone who has appointments.
All right, Andrew Bush with SEPTA. Thanks for that update, Andrew. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
All right. And with your kids likely spending the day at home due to the snow, we have some ideas on how to keep them busy while having fun. You can make a snack bar in your home. Lay out some of your favorite sweet and salty treats like you would see in a hotel or a buffet. And you can also make some arts and crafts. For example, paper snowflakes or snowmen. You can also prepare a makeshift spa. That sounds pretty good. With some nail polish and hair care items. You also make a baking soda volcano in the snow. All right, let's check this out. Haven't seen one of those before. There you go. That's how you do it. All you need is some baking soda, dish soap, food coloring, and vinegar, and voila, you have a volcano there. Add all the ingredients to a container except for the vinegar. Shape the snow in a volcano around the container, and then add the vinegar, and you can watch it erupt like you're seeing on your screen there. Another fun experiment is throwing boiling water into the air. Have you seen one of those? That looks pretty cool. The water will quickly form from a liquid to a gas, and you really need to be safe doing that, though. Plus, the temperature outside must be at least negative 14 degrees. I don't think we're quite there yet. We are not even close to that. I don't want to go close to that. And if you prefer to keep your experiments indoors, you can try some new recipes. For example, you could make jam-stuffed French toast. There you go. You'll likely find all the ingredients in your pantry right now, like sugar, salt, and jam. And if you try this or any other activity we mentioned, we want to know. Make sure you show us how you're spending your snow day by tagging us on social media at NBC Philadelphia. Now let's check on the conditions in Center City. Right now we're going to head out to NBC10's Lauren Mink. She joins us now with the conditions in the city. Lauren.
Well, Johnny, the snow has been steadily coming down here in Center City. We're at Rittenhouse Square right now. It has generally been that finer stuff, not the bigger clumps, but I got to tell you, as I'm looking at it now, it looks like it's clumping together just a little bit more. Let me show you what the roads look like here in Center City. If you do have to get on the road, they are generally just wet. We are seeing, piles of salt out there, so clearly things were treated, and generally the roads just look wet. It's the same with a lot of the sidewalks if they've been treated as well, just wet and slushy. Let me show you some driving video that we did get coming into Center City. This is Cheltenham Township coming into Center City. You can see, again, the roads are generally wet. The volume, the traffic out there was pretty light this morning. Not a lot of people on the roads, a lot of people staying home. So that is good news for those who did have to be out on the roads this morning. Drivers, they definitely want that snow off of the roads. But we did come across someone here this morning in Center City who really liked the snow. I want to show you a 14-week-old puppy who we ran into. This is Bo. Bo loved the snow, was very excited to see the snow in the park this morning. Bo actually did see some snow over Christmas time, so this was his second. He's a pro at this now, but his owners tell me that he is loving it, and they're going to have quite a good time with him today.
Yeah, we're going to be outside with him, letting him run around a little bit.
Yeah. This is like your snow day entertainment.
This is exactly that, yeah. Not a lot of work getting done, a whole lot of playing today.
Not a lot of work, a whole lot of playing. Bo loves it out here. Not all the dogs we've been seeing here in Rittenhouse Square seem to love it quite as much as Bo did. But again, things are, for those who have had to get on the roads, slushy roads, wet roads, the snow does not seem to be sticking in that area, so that is a good thing. We're going to keep an eye on how things are going in Center City and be back with you in a while. Johnny, we'll throw it back to you.
All right, looks like Bo's having a good time, and so is that little boy in the background there making snowballs behind you. All right, Lauren Mink live for us in Center. There he is right there, having a good old time in Center City. Other animals have to deal with the snow as well. Take a look at these horses in Seaford, Delaware. They look like they're just hanging out in the snow. They don't mind at all. Our crews tell us that area has more than 6 inches of snow. And count on NBC10 all morning long as we track the snow across our region. With our app, you can see what's happening in your neighborhood with our interactive radar, along with hour-by-hour forecasts. We'll also send you weather alerts. Welcome to the lineup. I'm Johnny Archer, and we are giving you the news you need to know in just 5 minutes. Snow obviously is piling up all across our area. Look at the conditions right now in Cape May, where snow first started falling hours before daybreak. And check out this snow in Center City at City Hall in Philadelphia. All city public schools are closed, but parochial schools are using a flex day where students can learn from home. And no matter where you live in our area, take time if you are headed out. Go slowly, give yourself and other drivers room, and stay home if you can. Many roads are at least partially snow covered and slick. And for more on the snow, let's get things from James Gregorio at our first alert forecast. James.
All right, Johnny, thank you. Yeah, let's take a look at how we're faring. And the skyline here earlier was just really super difficult to see it. You could see the snow coming down now pretty clearly here. Obviously, the visibility is reduced a little bit, thanks in part to the snow moving in. Well, guess what? There's plenty of dry air out to the west, so we still have some fairly heavy snow to the south in South Jersey, into portions of Delaware over the Delaware Bay, and even in towards, let's say, Delco. But you get up towards Bucks and Berks, the snow isn't quite as significant there. It's not quite as heavy. The event has really been from the city further southward as we move in towards Delaware and points to the south. So again, we're talking about some pretty good totals here. Easton Township about 2 here in Pennsylvania. Chesterbrook about 2. Ben Salem at about 1.5 inches. Huff's Church about 1.4. Back outside we go, and yeah, down the Jersey Shore, just getting shellacked as we head down in towards Cape May, where some of those snowfall totals have been 6, 7, 8 inches here in Cape May County. Blue Rock's snowing pretty good as well. In the Valley Forge tourism camera, you can still see plenty of tops through that snow here on the grassy surfaces, so not quite as significant there. But check it out. Delaware, Georgetown, 8.5. Bethel, about 8.3. Dover Air Force Base at about 5. And we rounded out of Lewis at about 4.7, as well as Ocean City, 7.4. That's a recent observation. Same thing with Ventnor at about 7 inches as well. So the snow is piling up. Johnny, take it slow, take it easy, stay off the road, stay indoors, watch NBC 10. You could always watch us off our app as well.
Yeah, some good advice. All right, James, thank you. Here's a live look at Philadelphia International Airport. Right now, about 62 flights in and out of PHL have been canceled. There are about 180 delays right now, so be sure to check on your flight if you plan to fly today. The Jersey Shore is expected to see some of the heaviest snow in our area, and NBC 10 Jersey Shore Bureau reporter Ted Greenberg is live in Cape May. Ted?
Yeah, the snow is still coming down pretty hard here in Cape May, Johnny, and you can see just how deep it is here along the Washington Street Mall. Probably half a foot at least, and you just heard James talking about 6, 7, 8 inches here in Cape May County. I believe it. This is a very popular area, really pretty much all year long, but not today. Not a lot of people out here, but Annie is here. And you said that you came all the way down here from the Lehigh Valley, right, to come to Cape May?
Just to take a look and see snow on the beach.
Why was that something that you had to see?
Well, there's a Taylor Swift song that made it popular, but mostly it's just a wonderful thing to see, and we're just excited to be here.
It seems, Annie, that a lot of the shops here are not open today. In fact, the Original Fudge Kitchen says that it is open every day year-round at 9 a.m., but I checked. It's locked. A little bit of a letdown, right? You wanted to go get some?
A little bit. We thought the fudge might go well with the snow, but ultimately this is our favorite place of all time, so they can never let us down. We understand they're staying safe today, so we're excited for them too.
It is tasty. And how is it getting around Cape May? I mean, there's a lot of snow here, right?
Pretty good. Everyone's doing their best and keeping the roads clean, and yeah, we're just all enjoying the beauty that snow is.
All right. Cape May is beautiful at all times of year, even here in the snow. All right, Annie, thank you. Thank you so much. Enjoy your stay here. Yeah, Public Works crews, they've been busy here throughout the city of Cape May, shoveling, using plows to clear the streets best they can, but the snow keeps coming down. Live in Cape May, I'm Ted Greenberg, NBC 10 News.
Yeah, normally it'd be the Lehigh Valley to be getting all the snow, and now we're seeing the southern part of the Delaware Valley getting the snow right now. All right, Ted, thank you. And that's the lineup for now. We'll be back again with more news and weather in about 30 minutes. And remember, you can always get instant weather updates and alerts on the free NBC 10 app. I'm Johnny Archer, and we'll see you in a bit. Welcome to the lineup. I'm Johnny Archer, and we are giving you the news you need to know in just 5 minutes. Today is a kid's dream. There's a look at kids tackling a sledding hill in Springfield, Delaware County as snow continues to pile up across our area. Let's send things over to James Gregorio and the first alert forecast.
All right, Johnny, thanks. Yeah, we're talking about a pretty good start here. So, that snow starting to get rolling, no doubt. As we switch on over to Max 1, you'll be able to tell that, we've got snow coming down. Pretty good clip here as we make our way out and about. We're talking about snowfall totals that will exceed over 8 inches in many locations, particularly in Delaware and points to the south. There it is. There's our radar shot here down in South Jersey. As you move a little further northward, some of that snow is eaten up here. Drier air taking shape here over northwest Jersey, western portions of New Jersey. Look at that. Barely snowing at this point in the Delaware Valley and in towards Philadelphia. So I talked about this, about an hour and a half ago, that the drier air was working its way in and picking apart the weaker part of the storm. As you head off to the south and east, we've got some heavier totals and heavier snow coming down there as you move in towards portions of Atlantic County, Cape May County. So Easton Township about 2 inches, Chesterbrook about 2, Ben Salem about 1.5 inches so far as well. Georgetown, Delaware about 8.5, Bethel at about about 8.3. Milton at about 7. So that's where we're going to find the highest snowfall totals. If not in Delaware, South Jersey, Jersey Shore, Ocean City, 7.4. That's a pretty recent observation. Same thing with Ventnor City at about 7. Cape May and Atlantic City pushing 6 inches here. So again, those totals are starting to come up and really starting to fire up here. But there's not much left to the storm. So if you're expecting a lot more snow, you're more than likely not going to see it, Johnny. And perhaps that's good news.
All right, James, thank you. And count on NBC10 all day long as we track the snow across our region. With our app, you can see what's happening in your neighborhood with our interactive radar, along with hour-by-hour forecasts and constant weather alerts.